Welcome to this production from Western New York Athletics. Our featured sponsors for today's game are Damon University. Damon University is a private, non-sectarian university in Amherst, New York, offering undergraduate and graduate level degrees. Visit damon.edu to schedule a tour today. Richmond Vona LLC is committed to you. Being involved in a serious accident creates a whirlwind of changes. We know how serious the effects of a car accident can be on the victims and their families. At Richmond Vona LLC, we have helped our clients recover over $175 million. We have the skills and experience needed to handle a full range of car accident claims, including those with multiple parties and catastrophic injuries. Call 716-671-4341 for your free consultation today, or visit richmondvona.com. Colvin Cleaners, Western New York's premier green earth dry cleaner. Dry cleaning, wash and fold laundry, shirts, and tailoring. 2375 Elmwood Avenue, Kenmore. Call 716-873-2952. Logistics Plus of Buffalo. For all of your transportation needs, full truckload, LTL, dedicated and drop trailer moves, Logistics Plus of Buffalo is a one-stop shop. Email buffalo@logisticsplus.com for your next shipment or warehousing needs. G&G Fitness Equipment is a full-service provider of specialty home and commercial fitness equipment. Locations in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse. Visit livefit.com. Wingnuts Buffalo, located near the Buffalo Airport at 4600 Genesee Street. Dine in or order for takeout. Open Monday to Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit wingnutsbuffalo.com. SUNY Cortland stands out as one of New York's top public universities, a medium-sized school that offers academic strength across 68 majors, a high quality of student life, and a degree that pays back graduates. Visit www.cortland.edu to schedule a visit today. Binghamton University, a world-class institution, Binghamton University offers students a broad, interdisciplinary education with an international perspective and one of the most vibrant research programs in the nation. Visit www.binghamton.edu today. We would also like to thank Pathfinder College Planning, Dan Cha-Cha Injury Attorneys, 510 Toy Shop and Sports Cards, The Mental Match with Sam Recco, Canisius High School, St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute, St. Francis High School, Trench Trophy, recognizing the top linemen in Western New York, Lewis & Lewis PC, 37 Franklin Street, Buffalo, New York, B&T Supply, and Western Division, home of the Great Rate. Thank you for joining us. Please enjoy the game.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Empire State EndZone. My name is Jacob Fyock. Alongside me is Francis Boeck. And Francis, the second half to the regular season in Section 6 high school football starts tonight, where you had plenty of fun, entertaining games throughout the first half of this regular season so far, and the second half seems like it could be pretty more entertaining, especially with Week 5 getting started in just about 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're truly going to find out what a lot of these teams have, what they are all about in 2025. We had a big big slate last night with South Park and Cheektowaga. They went to double overtime last night. I was on the call for that one. That was a big game, but a lot of big games here tonight, especially Double A, some games you're going to talk about, Jake, the teams that we really have been wanting to see in league action all season long. We finally get to see it.
And I actually got a chance to listen to the Wednesday show where you and Joe Krauser actually were on there talking about the games that happened last week. You talked a little bit about some of the classes and the divisions, to be exact, about how this week could really shape up about what teams could put themselves in the prime seat of trying to get a 1 seed in their respective divisions.
Certainly.
So with that, we'll go ahead and just go through our top 8 games that we're going to be focusing on here tonight here on Western New York Athletics. We thank you guys for tuning in on our Twitter, YouTube, and X page. And these top 8 games are brought to you by Dan Chacha Injury Attorneys.
Yep. Game 1, as you can see, Southwestern versus Chautauqua Lake. That game will also be played in full on Western New York Athletics. Game 2, Niagara Falls versus Orchard Park. Game 3, Maritime Tapestry against Alden. Game 4, another big AA battle, Bennett versus Jamestown. I'm told there's going to be a special appearance by a former Bill, so that one's going to be exciting. Game 5, West Seneca East versus Pioneer. Game 6, Maryvale versus Iroquois. Game 7, West Seneca West versus Will North. And Game 8 is Ellicottville versus Randolph.
Yeah, that Ellicottville versus Randolph game, that could be, a nice key game there that helped shape up Class D a little bit. We've seen, I think Newfane and Wilson are the top 2 in Class D who are actually going to meet each other in the final week of the regular season. So depending how those teams play in the next couple of weeks, that could be for 3rd place. And then you also have Wilson Newfane that could try and go for a 1 seed in the final game of the regular season. But for these games for week 5, these are we're going to be showing throughout the night. Once again, brought to you by Dan Chacha Injury Attorneys. And Francis, we'll go ahead and just start off with some of the games you're highlighting between Chautauqua Lake and Southwestern.
Yeah, game number 1 is brought to you by Damon University. Damon University is a private non-secretarian university in Amherst, New York, offering undergraduate and graduate level degrees. Visit damon.edu to schedule a tour today. So Southwestern, Frewsboro, Chautauqua Lake, Westfield, Brockton, 2 undefeated teams this year in C-South. There's only 3 left in that division. 2 of them are squaring off here tonight. You have a Southwestern Frewsburg team. They're 4-0 in the year. They have what was the stat here? I think they've given up only 12 points in really 3 games. Last week they won by forfeit, and they scored, I think it was like 132 last I checked this year. So they're really firing on all cylinders, both sides of the football. They're led by their running back, Braden Fuller. He has 465 yards and 37 carries. That's 12.6 per carry average.
Wow.
6 touchdowns. They also have their dual threat quarterback, Trent Lewis. He's thrown for 216 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's also run for 314 yards and 7 touchdowns. Other side of the ball is Chautauqua Lake, Westfield, Brockton, led by Ty Harper. Last week, they had a tough, close win over CSP, his former team. They come out of that with the victory. They've really been humming on both sides of the football. Until that point, they've been scoring 40-plus points a game and only gave up 1 touchdown in those first 3 games. They are led this year by their quarterback, Braden Gibbs. He has 579 yards and 8 touchdowns through the air. And then their running back is Thanon Benzik. He has 279 yards and 3 touchdowns. And they're led on defense by Trent Hauser with 36 total tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, and a sack. So these 2 teams, they've been playing strong football, and they finally come into each other. That's why we are doing this game in full tonight.
Yeah, and I don't know if you mentioned it, but in terms of the division itself in C-South, Chautauqua Lake's ranked number 1, Southwestern's at 2, and Salamac is at 3. All 3 of those teams are 4-0. They're all 3-0 in league play. So this Southwestern Chautauqua Lake team is basically going to be where they can move up or move down in the division. And then you also, I know we don't have Salamac and Portville game, but if they win, they can move up as well, depending on who falls in this contest. But this is going to be really interesting to see what the C-South is going to look like after week 5. But going from the C-South back up to the AA, Niagara Falls at Orchard Park. This game's brought to you by Richmond Vona. Richmond Vona LLC has the skills and experience needed to handle a full range of car accident claims, including those with multiple parties and catastrophic injuries. Call 716-671-4600 888-858-4341 for your free consultation today, or visit richmondvona.com. So for Niagara Falls, the road opponent, 3-1 overall. They're 1-1 in Class AA. They edged out Lockport last week, 28-26. Very close victory there. A couple of guys to look out for. Michael Taylor, their senior quarterback. He had 2 total touchdowns last game. He was also part of Week 3's Connolly Cup Players of the Week, which against Will North, I think we had Adam Gorski on that game who mentioned about how he just did a phenomenal job being in command as a QB, throwing the ball, running when he needs to, and found a lot of success that way. Darrell Smith, another good player. He's a senior wide receiver, also plays corner, has a touchdown reception last game. He's currently has 6 on the season, which puts him in the top 10 in touchdown receptions in Section 6. You also have Armani Morris, a senior, with 3 interceptions on the year. And then they also have 3 guys, a junior in Chase Lowry, a junior in Gavin Hardy, and a senior in Jason Miller, who all have 2 or more sacks on the season. So this is a very fast, very smart defense that can pick you off and get to your quarterback when they can to. And I think that's going to bode a challenge to see what they do against a returning 5 offensive linemen for Orchard Park, who came away with a very good victory last week. I was on that game with Carson Hayek. Very dominant performance on their home turf on homecoming. They defeated Jamestown. I believe it was 30-19 was the score. Orchard Park, 2-2 overall. They're 2-1 in Class AA. Jarek Bresky was phenomenal. He had 3 rushing touchdown performance that game. He was also part of Week 2's Connolly Cup Players of the Week, and he's in the top 5 in Section 6 in rushing touchdowns. I think a key thing is going to be in this game is how Jaden Hassett is able to be in command and throw the football. In that game against Jamestown, they went with a lot of short to even at times intermediate passing routes. Earlier in the season, he faced a lot of trouble, got picked off 7 times in 2 games. Since then, he hasn't turned the ball over. So he's been able to get better command under center as a quarterback in the shotgun formation, and he's able to get some really quick releases out on those short passing game. So I think if he does pretty well with that, considering how, if you watch that Orchard Park Jamestown game, how fast they were able to move the ball down the field with the help of their running back in Bresky as well, I think Hassett's going to be a pretty good decider in this one to see how Orchard Park, if they come up with a win against Niagara Falls. Another key guys to look out for, Matt Wright leads the team with 52 tackles. Jonathan Puglisi had that big touchdown reception to help put the game away. And if you didn't think that put the game away, on the ensuing drive on defense, he also gets the interception that definitely put the game away. So he is just a very good two-way player on both sides of the ball. Zach Dana, Julian Robinson, John Mecca, Jake Janis, Patrick Budney, Mason Donner, all of these guys were a big part of the game against Jamestown. They've been a big part of this Orchard Park's football season. So they're all going to create a factor in this game if they can move to 3-1 in Class AA.
Yeah, and I think you talk about Orchard Park coming on. They beat a Jamestown team, which the week before had just been Lancaster. But I think Niagara Falls is the team I'm keeping an eye on that game. Let's move on. Game number 3 tonight is going to be Maritime Tapestry against Alden, and it is brought to you by Logistics Plus. For all your transportation needs, full truckload LTL, dedicated and drop trailer moves, Logistics Plus Buffalo is a one-stop shop. Email buffalo@logisticsplus.com for your next shipment or warehousing needs. Jake, this Maritime Tapestry, they have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 players who have rushed for more than 200 yards on the year, led by Javon Funderburk with 617 yards and 8 touchdowns. They're also led by their quarterback, who also runs the ball as well, Jalen Coleman, 388 yards and 11 touchdowns. He's also thrown for almost 100 yards on the year and a touchdown. This is one of the surprise teams of the year. They're 3-1. Their only loss was that 63-62 shootout against Eden North Collins. So, this is a team that really struggled out of the gate when they first started a couple of years ago when they split up from health sciences. It took them a couple of years to get their feet under them. Now it appears they do, and they're really competing in the C North division, which really has been a surprise to all of us, I think, this year with not only them, but Eden and Barker Royhart.
Yeah, and even to mention with some of those teams with Medina and Akron, Maritime Tapestry, Eden North Collins, Medina and Akron, all in C North, all have a 2-1 league record. And then Barker Royhart's number 1 with a 3-0 record. So that could definitely shape it out. But what about this Alden team?
Yeah, Alden, bit of a struggle this year. They're 1-3 on the season, 0-2 in the league. They got their first win last week, 49-26 over St. Mary's. They're led by their quarterback, Brody Pearson, who has 638 yards and 6 touchdowns. On the ground, they're led by Aiden Dollinger with 266 yards. And then on defense, it's the senior Jonathan Cook with 44 tackles on the year, including 7 for a loss and 3 sacks. So Alden looking to keep that momentum up. They're taking on a very good Tapestry team, which has eyes on, I would say, on the stadium right now.
Yeah, and that should be an interesting matchup here. Another one. Got to go back to Class AA because this game, along with what Orchard Park and Niagara Falls are doing tonight, can shape up the division as well. This one definitely will. Bennett taking on Jamestown. A long drive for them to Strider Field. Bennett, the road team in this one, 3-1 overall, 2-0 in Class AA. Last game saw Bennett pounce on Clarence, 46-6. 4 touchdowns came on the ground and 1 through the air. And defensively had 5 sacks, 2 interceptions. And here's a unique stat here that I thought was interesting. Pass deflections, showing how their defenders are able to come up, block the ball away so the receivers don't have a chance. 18 pass deflections in that contest. Some nice ball hawking mentality from the Bennett secondary. Here's one thing I want to emphasize for this game. So in week 1, Bennett had a close battle at Niagara Falls, winning 18-13. They fell in the next matchup to Washington Massillon. I believe that's the team out in Ohio, correct?
Yeah.
Washington Massillon, yeah. They come back here. They blow out Hutch Tech. They blow out Clarence. I think this game here, now that they're, coming into more of their heart of their season, facing a lot more AA teams, I think this game's going to tell how far Bennett's going to be in the division. And if it becomes a close one, I think it tells us in the audience who are going to be watching that game what Division A in Class AA division is going to be. How wide open is it? How close is it going to be? Some key guys to look out for: Jimmy Valentine, Dontre Hampton, Carl Barnes, Jacob Dowell, and Jason Hargrove. Hargrove, by the way, a sophomore, 6 sacks on the season for him, which is in the top 10 in Section 6. Whereas for Jamestown, the red and green, that's a tough loss to do against Orchard Park, considering it being your rival and on a road matchup. They wanted to come in there and pick up that big road victory, but they couldn't. So they're 2-2 overall, 1-1 in Class AA. Chase Bonta, great as he's been all season. He had 3 rushing touchdowns that game. He's got 10 on the season. He's tied for second in Section 6 in rushing touchdown. Another key guy to look out for, Jericho Thagard, 9 catches for 175 yards and a touchdown, has a rushing touchdown. And, before the Orchard Park game when they played Lancaster, he had that 78-yard punt return late in the game to help help them between the red and green and Lancaster. Then you have Alaric Richards, a freshman who's made a big impact on that team, a guy that I think a lot of people should be looking at in the near future when, he's able to create more of a role for himself on Jamestown. Luis Diaz leads the team in tackles, has a sack and interception, a fumble recovery, and a defensive touchdown. He does it all for them on the defense side of the ball. And then Eli DeLeon, Asaya Watson, guys who are very big up front on both the offensive line and defensive line. And again, where this could go, if Jamestown pulls out this victory, Bennett goes 2-1 league play, Jamestown goes 2-1 in league play. With Lancaster and Orchard Park both at 2-1, Niagara Falls at 1-1. This could really shape it up and make it more close than where it's ever has been through 5 weeks in Class AA.
With that many teams.
With that many teams as well. Which those 5 teams, I think, a couple weeks ago, we kind of mentioned about there's 4 or 5 teams that could try and get this 1 seed in Class AA, and we're seeing that right now. If Jamestown comes away with a big victory, we're definitely going to see that after week 5.
So I did do some math, and right now with the 3-way tie between Orchard Park, Jamestown, Lancaster, because they all beat each other. Right now it's Orchard Park who comes out on top in that 3-way tie. Of course, is that going to be a 3-way tie? I'm sure Bennett and Niagara Falls are going to have something to say about it, but if those 3 teams end up tied, it's Orchard Park going to come out on top, and then Lancaster would be the one at the bottom of that tiebreaker. Again, still a long way to go.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that game between Ben and Jamestown is brought to you by Wingnuts Buffalo, located near the Buffalo Airport at 4600 Genesee Street. Dine in or order for takeout. Open Monday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit wingnutsbuffalo.com.
All right, game number 5. We're going to head down to B1, and game number 5 is brought to you by SUNY Cortland. SUNY Cortland stands out as one of New York's top public universities, a medium-sized school that offers academic strength across 68 majors, a high quality of student life, and a degree that pays back graduates. Visit www.cortland.edu to schedule a visit today. Let's start with West Seneca East here. They are off to one of the best starts, I think, in all of the small schools, 4-0. They've won every game by several touchdowns. They've scored at least 40 in each of their games. But I think they get one of their first tests tonight as they take on Pioneer this year, who is 3-1. But the Trojans, they look like the team that Jim Marino wants every year, with multiple guys who can run the football. That offense, that doubled wing offense, that the ball can go anywhere. He's got the perfect guys to run that system. He returned most of his starters from last year on both sides of the ball, so they know how to run his system, and they're really executing at a high level. Kevin Sadowski is their leading rusher with 465 yards and 6 touchdowns. They have 3 other guys with over 200 yards on the year. And then at quarterback, they have DJ Benker, the senior. He's thrown for 275 yards and 9 touchdowns on the year. Defensively, they're led by Kyler Montero with 27 total tackles. He's also their second leading rusher. Pioneer, bit of a rebuild year. They're 3-1, 2-1 in league play, but they graduated a lot of talent that we're used to seeing on this Pioneer team. I think about 24 graduates from last year's team. Isaac Platt is back. He's the big returnee for them. He's their leading rusher with 265 yards and 2 touchdowns. At quarterback this year, it's junior Drew George. He has 3 touchdowns on the year. And then Carson Matulslik with 264 yards. So Pioneer team that's trying to run the ball. They've been in some close games. They won in week 3. Their first week they won 7-0. Their second week they lost to Will South. And then they won by a touchdown against Starpoint and Cheektowaga the last 2 weeks. But I think Pioneer and Will South, I think, are kind of those second teams in West in that B1. So West Seneca East is going to get a real test tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a good challenge for Pioneer. How battle tested can they be facing kind of the heart of their division, which a team that's number 1 in Class B1. So that's going to be a good challenge for them. Next one coming up is in Class B2, and that is Maryvale taking on Iroquois. And this game is brought to you by G&G Fitness. G&G Fitness Equipment is a full-service provider of specialty home and commercial fitness equipment with locations in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse. Visit livefit.com. So for Maryville in this one, they're 2-2 overall. 1-2 in Class B2. They lost to Depew last week, 40-26. I believe that's a game we had last week as well. Depew was very dominant in that game. But for Maryvale, a good test to see where they can try to bounce back and put themselves up on the leaderboard a little bit in B2. Carter Woods had 136 rushing yards last game, also a passing touchdown. And then Dominic Daly had 106 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns last game. So already running the ball with 236 rushing yards from between that duo, that could be very key for them. And another one's going to be Jeremiah Mendez, their junior, leads the team in tackles for loss, and sacks with 3 sacks on the year. And I know they're supposed to have a returning senior in Isaiah Hill, but he suffered an injury earlier this season. but I don't know if he's going to return at some point this season, but he's a big loss for them. It's hurt their season a little bit, but they've been able to keep going and stay strong. They also have 4 players on this team that's registered a touchdown reception. So if you're able to go through the year, you got at least 4 targets that you can go to. And as for Iroquois, another good start to the season for them. 3-1 overall, 3-0 in league play. They're number 1 in Class B2. They had a very close victory over Lackawanna, 21-14. Obviously, the big one is Justice Kleitz. He's been amazing for them in their career. You know what's funny? I remember doing some of the Iroquois games, I think back in 2020, 2021, around there, hearing about how great Trey Kleitz is. And then Robert Pizanka, their head coach, is like, well, if you like Trey, you're really going to like Justice. And my goodness, what a great player Justice Kleitz has been for Iroquois. I did get a chance to speak to the team a little bit, just a quick text to see, hey, where is he at in career passing touchdowns? Because he's not too far from the Section 6 record, which I believe, blanking me on the name.
Is it
Joe Licata.
No, it's Cole Snyder.
Is it Cole Snyder? No, I think it's Joe Licata. I can double check.
Snyder either tied it or broke it.
I mean, it could be Snyder. I can double check with that. I thought on I saw the New York State record. I saw Licata was up there. I didn't see Snyder, but I can double check it. But right now, though, I believe it's Licata because Licata's at 87 for career passing touchdowns. So I got a chance to text him real quick. Where is he at in the record? He's currently at 84. He needs 3 to tie, 4 to break. So this could be a game where he does it tonight. Another key player to do this is Nick Skutnik, who's been one of their best receivers they've had in their program. Was part of Week 2 Conley Cubs Players of the Week. He leads them in receptions, receiving yards, and is tied for first with 8 touchdown receptions. They also have Richard Donahue, who's been great for them on the line. Logan Nolan is another very good tackler. And then Pfeiffer, their sophomore, leads the team in rushing yards. Only has 186, but he has 6 rushing touchdowns on the season as well. So very dual threat what they can do on the offensive side and defensive side. They've been very good as well getting to the quarterback.
All right, let's move on. Game number 7. It's going to be West Seneca West at Williamsville North. And Jake, we can actually use one of my favorite words, my favorite C word, and that's clinch. The West Seneca West Warhawks can clinch the number 1 seed in Class A1 tonight with a victory over Williamsville North. They're 4-0 on the year, and if they take care of business, they have Niagara Wakefield next week. Even if Wakefield beats them, they have more than 1 loss on the season, Wakefield, so they wouldn't win a tiebreaker in there. So West Seneca West can clinch the number 1 seed in Class A1 tonight with a victory. They've been doing very well this season. It is the same as the school across the town there at West Seneca East. But 40 points in the first 2 games, and then their closest game was a 21-14 decision against Clarence. And last week they come up big with a 31-7 win over Sweet Home. They're of course led by their freshman quarterback Mason Anderson, 650 yards, 5 touchdowns on the year. On the ground, they're led by Jared Freeman. He has 297 yards and 5 touchdowns. This offense is just going on all cylinders. And then defensively, they're led by Nick Lazario. So West Seneca West looks they want to continue to roll tonight. They're going to take a Williamsville North team, which kind of has been up and down. They're 2-2 on the year, but 2-0 in league play. They started out the year with couple tough losses to Jamestown, Niagara Falls, but they bounced back with a big 51-6 win over Kenmore West. And then last week they took care of business against Niagara Wakefield, 41-24. They're led by their dual threat quarterback AJ Weissenberg, 287 yards through the air, 285 yards on the ground. Jordan Brown, also a top rusher for North, 274 yards and 3 touchdowns. On defense, they're led by Iman Moyos with 30 total tackles.
When's the last time West Seneca East and West Seneca West have been 4-0 to start the season?
I think I might know.
Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, that's crazy. I don't think in my years of doing this,
I think it might have been his senior year.
his senior year? Okay.
Yeah, I think, because I remember these two, they actually met at the stadium. They were both in A the one year.
Okay.
I think that was the year, I think that was 2018, because I think it was the year after Matt Myers graduated. West Seneca West was still pretty good. I think a lot of people had them winning the section, and they were at the stadium. And then all of a sudden they faced Mr. Dolak here, and that's when West Seneca East won their run to the Carrier Dome.
Yeah. I mean, that's great seasons they both had so far, West Seneca West, but Will North has also had some really good battles too. So it's not going to be an easy game for West Seneca West, so we'll see what comes through there. Real quick, I just want to clarify anything for the Iroquois and Justice Clyde's thing. I'm on the New York State website now for career passing touchdowns. Joe Licata is number 1 at 87.
Okay.
So Justice Clyde's number 2 at 84. Cole Snyder's number 3 at 75. So, like I mentioned, Justice Clyde's needs 3 touchdowns to tie it, 4 to break it. That's what he has to get to. Could he do it tonight, though? We'll see what happens. But we're going to go now transition all the way down to Class D as Franklinville-Ellicottville is taking on Randolph. And in Franklinville-Ellicottville, Randolph games brought to you by Colvin Cleaners, Western New York's premier Green Earth Dry Cleaner, dry cleaning, wash and fold laundry, shirts and tailoring, located at 2375 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. Call 716-873-2952. So real quick with Franklinville-Ellicottville, as I just see that we're past 7 o'clock, so some of the games are going on right now. They're 2-2 overall, 2-1 in Class D. They took down Cattaraugus Little Valley last week and have won 2 straight games. They start off the season 0-2. Now they're back at 500. They're gaining some momentum back. Cameron Mendo ran for 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. Landon Learn leads their team in tackles. He also had a lot of tackles last game with 9. And then Rylan Benjamin, their junior quarterback, having a couple passing touchdowns on the season. Those would be some 3 key guys to look out for, and that's what Randolph's going to be looking out for as well. They're 3-1 overall, 2-1 in Class D. They lost a big one against Newfane last week, but some guys to look out for. Alex Garland, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns last game, 4 rushing touchdowns on the season, also a punt return for a touchdown. Carter Conley, their junior, leads in tackles and is leading receiver on the team. Kevin McElwain, their senior running back, with 3 rushing touchdowns. He also has an interception as well. And then number 76, Isaiah Dowdy, their senior, was a Week 2 Trench Trophy nominee. So Randolph looking for a bounce-back victory. Franklinville-Ellicottville looking for a big road win to help them push them up in the standings.
All right, Jake, great job with that. I think at this point, why don't we take a short break? We'll take a short break, about 2 minutes, and then we'll come back. We'll take a look at our live scoreboard, and we'll jump right into those games. Week 5 of the high school football season is officially underway. This is the Empire State EndZone.
At Richmond Vona, we are seriously dedicated to bettering the communities that we serve. If you put your trust in us and hire us, we promise to take care of everything. Call us as soon as possible so we can start the investigation to fight to get you the settlement you deserve.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? to defy age, or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do. Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Wing nuts. You still got to go.
Have you guys tried Room 40 yet?
Looking for the perfect spot to throw your next party? Say hello to Room 40, our private event space at both Wingnuts locations. Maybe you got a birthday, a graduation, anniversary, business event, rehearsal dinner, or even a sports banquet. From intimate get-togethers to rowdy celebrations, Room 40 is built to handle it all and fits up to 60 guests, with custom food and drink packages, flexible setups, legendary Wingnuts hospitality, and all the wings you can handle. If you're planning a celebration or get-together in Buffalo, this is where the party's at. Local vibes, zero stress, all fun. Book Room 40 today and throw a party Buffalo won't forget. Hit the link in our bio or visit wingnutsbuffalo.com/room40 to book now.
All right, well,
I'll go if you go to Wingnuts.
Deal.
Welcome back, everyone, to Week 5 of the Empire State End Zone. Why don't we do something real quick here, because games are currently underway right now. Why don't we take a look at the live scoreboard to see the games that will be going on here on this Friday evening. This live scoreboard is presented by Western Division, home of the Great Rate. And I don't know if it's updated yet on there.
We got some updates out
Okay,
there.
so Orchard Park just scored on a kick return for a touchdown to begin the ball game. They're up 6-0 on Niagara Falls. And I'm not sure if I see that Lackawanna one yet, but Lackawanna scored on their third play of the game. Michael Moore connected to Kobe Underwood for a 47-yard touchdown. So the Steelers are up on Dunkirk 6-0. That came from Gregory Larson from WDOE.
Lackawanna's playing Dunkirk.
Trying to look at.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, make sure did I forget to put in Lackawanna Dunkirk on here. So yeah, that's a look at your live score. Maritime Tapestry.
No, they're up there. They're in the second.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah,
now.
they're underneath Olean and East Aurora.
So Lackawanna Dunkirk. Did they convert on the 2-pointer?
They did not.
Okay, 6-0, and then Maritime Tapestry scored. Do we know if they converted on their 2-pointer? Then game 3.
Oh, we do have another scoring update here. This comes from Matt Spielman. Trent Lewis had a 61-yard QB keeper for a touchdown. They're Southwestern up early on Chautauqua Lake, 7-0, with 10:51 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, when we go to the Octo Box, we got a couple games you can see already in action. We're working on the rest of them right now, but you can see plenty of action right now on your screen. Oh,
yeah, this was live scoreboard here brought to you by Western Division, home of the Great Rate. As we take a look at some of the games we've seen so far, looks like there's 3 games that are not set up yet, but we're hoping that we can give them to you right away. But right now,
trying to figure out where we want to go here. You know what I mean? Like it looks like game number 6 there. That's in their own end. That's not a red zone.
No. And I think game 2 they're in their own zone as well.
Yeah, that's game 2 is Why don't we head over to 3? That's Maritime Tapestry Alden. Maritime Tapestry already with the lead.
I think it's the first time I've ever seen the Alden turf.
Oh, you haven't? Oh,
I have not seen
the
this
famous
one.
blue turf.
There's some facilities I have not been to yet, so I do apologize. But
what are you apologizing for?
Well, because I haven't been in them all yet. I'm trying to go to them all, or at least get assigned to all of them when I can. But I'll tell you what, I'm kind of digging that blue turf.
Yeah, 2nd and 10 right now for Alden, down 6-0, 6:47 to go in the first quarter. Snap, throw, and great play by the defense. Let me pull up the roster. I want to give credit to that young man right there. Looked like that was I can't keep my papers in order. That's okay, everybody. Number 1, Javon Funderburk. He's their leading rusher. He comes with a big tackle, reads that play perfectly to set up 3rd and long. This Game 3 is brought to you by Logistics Plus Buffalo. For all your transportation needs, full truckload LTL, dedicated, and drop trailer moves, Logistics Plus Buffalo is a one-stop shop. Email buffalo@logisticsplus.com for your next shipment or warehousing needs. And it looks like that 3rd down play went incomplete. So 4th down for Alden. You wonder if they punt. Trying to see. We're taking a quick look at our Octo box.
Yeah, it looks like Jamestown game's not up yet. Will North's not up yet. And then the Randolph game's not up yet.
Still waiting on Bennett Jamestown as well. Okay. So it looked like it was up for a second, and then it went down. So we'll keep an eye on that one. It's 4th down for Alden. They're going for it. Throw, and that is knocked down. So turnover on down for the Bulldogs. Maritime Tapestry takes over with the lead, 5:53 to go. Why don't we head to game number 2? I see some action there. Game number 2, presented by Richmond Vana. Richmond Vana LLC has the skills and experience needed to handle a full range of car accident claims, including those with multiple parties and catastrophic injuries. Call 716-671-4341 for your free consultation today, or visit richmondvana.com. As Niagara Falls looks like they have a big play, and they're officially inside the red zone.
It was actually Orchard Park.
Oh,
it was actually Orchard Park. Yeah, you're all good. So, but that's interesting, though, because the game started with an Orchard Park kick return for a touchdown by Jarek Bresky. So that means Niagara Falls probably went a quick 3-and-out, or Orchard Park getting it back. That was Jarek Bresky, their main running back. So he's already put him in the red zone, already has a kick return for a touchdown, already putting his name on this game.
And we apologize, no scoreboard is offered to us on this feed, but we do have someone there who is giving us updates. Looks like it's on 1st down and 10, or up the middle, gets a couple yards, going to set up 2nd and about 8 for the Quakers.
And just to talk real quick about what this could mean for both teams here, depending on what the standings look like. But we'll see what happens on this play here. Toss play. They're going to go to Bresky once again. Try to cut it to the outside and got tackled inside the 5. Looks like it'll be exactly at the 5-yard line, as we're going to quickly transition over now to game number 3, and it looks like Maritime just quickly went up by 12.
Yeah, it seemed like they just got the ball 2 seconds ago, and now they're scored up 12-0. I think getting ready for 12-0. We're going to head back, though, to game number 2.
With another team that might try to go up 12-0 here. Bresky with it up the middle, and it buffered, but we saw him going for the touchdown. So a rushing touchdown for Jarek Bresky. Rushing touchdown already, kick return for a touchdown, and Orchard Park is quickly up 12-0.
All right. All right, North Tonawanda is up 7-0 over Williamsville East.
Looks like we might go to game 6 here.
Looks like Tapestry just scored on the 2-point conversion. So that's 14-0 Maritime Tapestry over Alden. As we're now in game number 6. Iroquois just outside the red zone. Looks like this one's still tied 0-0. I want to say 5 minutes left in the first.
Yeah, it looks roughly there. It's kind of hard to tell with the exposure there.
Yeah, 5:14.
Like 5:14. Kleitz there tried to go a pass incomplete. Don't know what down that's going to be at. Looks like it's 3rd down.
Looks
like 3rd and 10. But this is the one game I mentioned before. There's, history could possibly be made here, on this turf tonight with Justice Kleitz inching himself closer to that Section 6 career passing touchdown record. I saw on the website, Joe Licata has 87. Justice Kleitz has 84. Let's see what they do here on a 3rd down and 10, showing 3 wide receivers. Kleitz staying patient, rolling to his left, trying to find a man, has a man open, and he is in for the touchdown. That is now career passing touchdown number 85 for Justice Kleitz. Putting him now 2 to tie, 3 to break the record, and a good start for Iroquois. So this game here between Maryvale and Iroquois is brought to you by G&G Fitness. G&G Fitness Equipment is a full-service provider of specialty home and commercial fitness needs. With locations in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse, visit livefit.com. So we're going to head over to Game 3. This is Maritime against Alden, who is trying to move the ball down the field. It's a similar spot they were in before. Unfortunately, they had a turnover on downs.
And yeah, nice job. I think this Alden team, they started this drive in around their own 20-30, so quickly they've moved the ball back to that spot. Let's see if they can get into the red zone here.
From the snap, 4 wide receiver set. They're going deep downfield, and it's incomplete. Double coverage there, out of the reach of the intended receiver. Looks like Jamestown's up now.
Yeah, why don't we pop in game number 4?
Yeah, let's see what's happening in game number 4. Well, this is a scoreboard we weren't too fond of earlier this season.
This might be the opening.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
starting there. I know they had a big I think they had a big pregame ceremony this before the game as well, so that might be a reason for the delay there. This game number 4 is brought to you by Wingnuts Buffalo, located near the Buffalo Airport at 4600 Tennessee Street. Dine in or order for takeout, open Monday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit wingnutsbuffalo.com. As opening kickoff received by Bennett. And so Bennett looks like they will start with the football. Why don't we head back to game number 3? Looks like Alden is moving. 3rd and short for the Bulldogs. Handoff to the left side, up the middle. It's a short gain, but Jake, I think that's going to be enough for the first down.
Yeah, I'm seeing the linesman come by. Looks like they have him at the 31. So you just need to get to the 32 to pick up the first a 2-yard pickup. Oh, interesting there in that one. Because there's 3 teams in Class C South that are undefeated. Salamanca is one of them in league play.
And Portville is not.
But that's a good start for the Portville squad. They're up 7-0 on Salamanca.
Wow, did they call that short? I think they called that short. Oh no, a penalty on Alden on that play, so it'll set up 3rd and long for the Bulldogs.
So a chance to try to pick up the first down, but it's going to be negated due to a penalty. So yeah, Orchard, I think just got the update here. Orchard Park's up 14-0 on their opponents.
Why don't we check in on game number 5? Oh wait, that just looks like it's 1:02 to go in the first quarter. No score between Pioneer and West Seneca East. We'll check back in. We'll head to game 4, with Bennett and Jamestown. Bennett's still on their first drive. I think they must have had a first down already. They've gained a first down. I like the green better for Jamestown. And
nice run. Oh, there he goes. Huge chunk of yardage there by Bennett. Had some very good blocking, but a nice cutback to take it up along the left hash and put them just outside of the red zone, but they're at the Jamestown 22.
I think that was number 4. I want to say that was Jimmy Valentine, if my memory of the Bennett roster serves me right. Yep, handoff. It looks like a false start. When we head back to play number 3, looks like Tapestry has gotten the ball as we head to game number 5. Appears Pioneer in the red zone, taking it to the outside. Pioneer. Oh, and he's going to be short. Oh, that was a nice hit there, Jake.
Very good hit.
Going to create. That was 2nd and 5 we just saw to end the quarter. It looks like it's going to make 3rd and short.
Look at that score right there. It is scoreless after 1 quarter of play. So Pioneer on their home turf against West Seneca East, the top team in that division right now, they're scoreless after 1. So Pioneer making it a tough challenge to them. We'll go to game number 4, Jamestown and Bennett.
Yeah, after that penalty, made it 1st and 15. Run up the middle, gets a couple yards. It'll create a 2nd. I'll call that 13. About 9 minutes left in that first quarter. Let's check in on game number 5. I see some action down in... I'm sorry, game number 6. I misspoke.
Oh, this is Iroquois once again.
Yeah, Iroquois on the doorstep.
So they're going to go 4 wide here. 1 man in motion from right to left. They take the snap. They're going to go to the man in motion. Able to juke up and get tackled down for a nice, good little yardage there. Looks like the 15-yard line is where he got stopped.
I want to check in on game number 1 because we haven't seen much from them. It's still all right. Looks like they're trying to work on the signal down there in Chautauqua Lake.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep things here. Looks like on Iroquois, they're trying to set themselves up for another score. Looking to go 4 wide receivers again, and Maryville just called timeout. So why don't we head to game number 4? This is Bennett and Jamestown. It's going to be 4th down. It's 4th down and maybe about 5 or 6 to go. Pass there is caught, but he is well short of the first down marker. His forward gain ended around the 15, 14-yard line. Looked like he had to get too close to the 12 to pick up the first. But a nice stop there in Jamestown's defense.
Yeah, great job by Jamestown defense. Now it's going to be West Seneca East looking for a stop. It's like it's 4th and 3 now for Pioneer inside the red zone. Let's see what they do.
And this would be big for Pioneer. This would be a big one for them if they're able to do it. It's actually a 4th down. Try to go for a pass. It's caught. And holding on to dear life, bring him down. Great defensive stop there.
I think that's
that was
going to be
a
a
4th down and 3.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a 4th down and 3. So looks like they picked up enough for the first down. Great play call there by Pioneer. As we'll head back to Iroquois. Showing 4 wide receivers once again. From that snap, they're just going to hand it off to their tailback. Taking it up the gut, and looks like he's at the 15-yard line. It'll bring up like to be third down.
All right, game 7. We have made that Grand Island and Amherst.
That was one of the games that I had. Grand Island, if we want to, maybe we'll go to it in just a sec. No, you're good. Why don't we just head back to Iroquois real quick, just see what they're going to do. Pass there is caught. Trying to get some blocking, and like it's going to be fourth down. Why don't we do this? Why don't we head to the Grand Island game real quick, just to get a quick synopsis of this game so far. So it's 8-0 is the score. Grand Island's winning. Amherst 1-3 overall, also 1-3 in Class A2. They lost to Health Sciences last week. As for Grand Island, they're 3-1 overall, 2-1 in Class A2. They got a bounce back victory after taking down Hamburg last week in Week 4. And this game brought to you by Colvin Cleaners, Western New York's premier green earth dry cleaner. Dry cleaning, wash and fold laundry, shirts and tailoring, located at 2375 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. Call 716-873-2952.
All right, fourth down for the Vikings. They're going to go for it, and they get the first down. Drive will continue. We'll head back to Iroquois. Looks like 2 minutes left in the first half of that game. Looks like a penalty on Iroquois is going to take him back a little bit. Why don't we check on game number 5, where a Pioneer just scored. So the Panthers, they take the lead. 9:28 to go in this second quarter. They're going to try for the extra point.
Big score for them. Oh, so that Iroquois game, I think they just ended the first quarter, from what I saw on some updates.
Pass. Yep.
Oh,
No good for Pioneer. So they now lead 6-0 over West Seneca East.
And at the end of the first quarter, Lackawanna's up on Dunkirk 14-0.
Game 2. It's just about to say that. Portville's up 14-0 over Salamanca. Salamanca unbeaten so far this season, but down by 2 scores in the second quarter. Another scoring update. Williams-Lee scores. They're now tied with North Tonawanda. Is that one now in the second quarter? Still in the first quarter. We'll have a look at our scoreboard in just a little bit. Looks like Niagara Falls still looking for their first score of the game. All right, Olean strikes first against East Aurora, 7-0.
From the snap here, Taylor feeling a lot of pressure, and he just throws it. My goodness, I can't believe he got that ball off. He got hit hard.
He lost his helmet there.
Oh, penalty marker's down.
Well, I think that's going to be intentional grounding. Yeah,
that's what I was going to just mention. That might be intentional grounding because he tried to get the throw off last second.
Why don't we head over to game number 7? Looks like Grand Island is in the red zone. Looks like 22.2 left in the first quarter. Okay, that one's in the first quarter. Vikings looking for their second score. Game brought to you by Binghamton University. Told Southwestern is leading Chautauqua Lake Westfield Procton 7-0. We're going to go there once we have that feed up.
And Dominic Nucci just got in for the touchdown. He actually didn't play last game. So I got a chance to talk to their head coach if he was playing today. He said he was, and he's been a big spark for their Grand Island offense. Just saw there. They go to 28. They go ahead and cash in on the opportunity, go up 14-0.
Yeah, Grand Island off to a big, they had that loss earlier this year against Health Sciences, but They've been taking care of business. Yeah, exactly. Right. You're right. But they've been taking care of business otherwise. So throw. No good. Why don't we head to game 6? Where?
Oh, got
Oh
picked
my
off.
goodness!
So Justice Kleitz just got intercepted. Maryville tried to get a return, and they're going to be inside their 15. Looks like maybe to the 12, 13-yard line. With a big defensive stop there by Maryville.
Yeah. Big interception. Looks like there's a player down for Maryville. Why don't we head to game number 2, Niagara Falls?
They got picked off. How about that, Francis? Transition from one game to the next, back-to-back interceptions, and he is not going to go down. Now he does with 2 Niagara Falls players. I don't think we've had that before. 2 back-to-back INTs. Show the audience here, live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Very, very fun defensive plays we've seen.
Yeah. I think, I can't remember. There was back-to-back touchdowns we've had a couple times. Or I think we had a couple last minute at the end of half plays last week, but not back-to-back INTs.
And this is going to set up Orchard Park in great field position. They're going to be at their own 44-yard line.
Another scoring update. West Seneca West leading Williamsville North 7-0. We weren't able to get a feed from that, unfortunately. The camera wasn't turned on, but we do have that scoring update. The Warhawks leading Williamsville North 7-0.
And I know we're still waiting on Randolph, who's playing against Franklinville, Ellicottville.
Yeah, that might need a refresh. We might need a refresher there on game number 8. No,
Still nothing. Well, what was our one backup that
we
had?
used? That was the Grand Island Amherst.
Well, I thought we had another one.
No, it was the Tapestry game originally.
Okay.
Might be able. We're gonna find one. Don't worry, folks. It's 3rd down now for Orchard Park after that interception. Looks like Southwestern just scored again. We'll
Just
check
saw
in
that.
in just a second over there after this play. Orchard Park coming off that big win last week against Jamestown. Screen over the middle. That one sniffed out very well, but the Niagara Falls defense goes for no gain, Jake.
Niagara Falls smelled what Orchard Park was cooking there. They tried to go with a screenplay, and they just ate it up right away. We're going to go to game 1 now, Southwestern against Chautauqua Lake.
Yeah, Southwestern just scored, so they lead 13-0 pending this extra point. Coming up, we'll head back to Iroquois Maryville. Maryville, after that interception with the ball deep in their run, it looks like 2nd and long. Maryville is going to take it, run to the left side, and he gets about 3-4 yards on that one's going to set up 3rd and maybe about 8 for Maryville in their own end. Snap was good for Southwestern, so they lead 14-0 over Chautauqua Lake and Westfield Brockton. So game number 8, when we'll go there, we'll announce to you our replacement for that one.
You want to thank some of our other sponsors, though, to help us out here tonight. Pathfinder College Planning, 510 Toy Shop and Sports Cards, The Mental Match with Sam Recco, Canisius High School, St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute, St. Francis High School, Trench Trophy, recognizing the top linemen in Western New York, and then Lewis & Lewis PC, located at 37 Franklin Street out in Buffalo.
I think they just replayed the touchdown there. That's what was throwing me off. So 14-0 Southwestern Frewsburg. Why don't we head back to our Octo box right now? Or what? Facebook. Huddle? Okay. Still up on my end.
Yeah, I'm going to check real quick on our end. Okay.
Why don't we check game number 5 right now? Looks like West Seneca East is inside the red zone. West Seneca East looking for their first points of the game. They are down 6-0 with 4:15 to go in the second quarter. West Seneca East unbeaten right now with a 4-0 record. See what else is going on right now. We'll check in with our new updated Game 8 just after this play. Third down. Up the middle and touchdown West Seneca East. Trojans get on the board. They tie this game at 6 with 4:09 to go. Let's head over to Game 6 where Iroquois has the ball. They're looking to score. Run. And that one is stopped. Want to say it looks like it's going to make it 3rd and goal, but there is a holding.
And there's games brought to you by G&G Fitness. G&G Fitness Equipment is a full-service provider, especially home and commercial fitness equipment. With locations in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse, visit livefit.com. Oh, we got another scoring update. Southwestern is up on Chautauqua Lake 21-0. Trent Lewis connected with Roger Markham for a 54-yard touchdown, and they got the PAT. So already Southwestern up 3 scores on Chautauqua Lake.
So 21-0? Sorry.
Yep.
So Medina leads 14-6 over Eden North Collins. That one is still in the first quarter, correct? Trying to see what else is going on in our Octo box. Why don't we head over to Game 8 while we have a break here? This one is now Portville against Salamanca. Salamanca previously unbeaten, but they're down 14-0 to Portville. I want to say about 5:52 left in the second quarter. That's how I kind of read it.
Mm-hmm.
So upset alert for Salamanca. 4th down now for Salamanca at midfield. Why don't we head to game number 6? Yeah, Iroquois just scored, and they are up 13-0 pending the extra point.
I want to know if that was a passing TD. Because that's going to be a strong indicator of where Kleitz is going to be at.
Scoring update or game update. Hutch Check Frontier tied at 0 end of the first quarter.
All right, so we're going to transition over to game 3. It's like this Maritime Tapestry with the ball. And able to inch forward close to the 25. Got stopped at the 24.
We're going to try to get a replay of that touchdown in just a little bit, or some more info on it. We're working on that. We're also keeping an eye on, I think, game number 8. It looks like Salamanca turned the ball over, or they punted away. They did punt away, so Portville has the ball. They're on their own 30. We'll get back to that in just a little bit. But Alden right now, 3rd and short. Or I'm sorry, Third and long for Maritime Tapestry. Nice play there by the Alden defense. Run up the right side by Maritime, the Seahawks.
Okay, so we just got an update that touchdown by Iroquois. Justice Kleitz got a passing touchdown. That's now 86 on the career for him. He's 1 away to tie and 2 to break it.
All right, we're going to head over to game 2. Looks like a punt for Niagara Falls. Oh, that was very close to being blocked.
Oh, look how that ball bounced. And it went backwards, too. So Orchard Park, another phenomenal field position. They're going to get inside Niagara Falls' 48-yard line.
That game officially now in the second quarter, 14-0 Orchard Park. They have the ball. After this, why don't we go to our live scoreboard, Evan? Run up the middle for Orchard Park.
What's going on over at Game 5 real quick? I don't see who's down in the zone there. Looks like
West Seneca East has the ball.
Looks like it's West Seneca East. They tied it at 6.
Get back to the 8 screen, our Octo box, for a second. You can see all those games in action right now. Why don't we head back to 5? Looks like that's working again. Looks like it's 1st and 10 from the 18 for West Seneca East. 2:57 to go in this second quarter. Trojans trying to take the lead, keep their undefeated season going. Throw.
Pass there. Oh, it got picked off.
Wow, Jake, 3rd interception of the day live.
That's awesome. Pioneer with the INT with 2:50 to go in the first half. And we go to game 2 here in Orchard Park, looking to extend that lead even more.
I think they just punted.
Did they punt?
Yeah, I think they just punted. Yeah, look.
Well, it's got to be a big game because that offense is still out
right,
there.
yeah.
Because Bresky's still out there. Hassett, their quarterback's still out there. So they must just had a huge game. But they're in the red zone.
All right, Orchard Park in the red zone, looking to go up 3 scores. Snap. Handoff up the middle. And I think he's going to be just short of the first down there, Jake.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, if you didn't get a chance to watch the Orchard Park Jamestown game, those were the types of runs at times. Those are the type of offenses Orchard Park team is. They're very quick. They got a very strong offensive line. They can go down the field very, very quickly with their running attack. That's what Niagara Falls has to do. Get some quick guys into the backfield to try to wrap up Bresky and their other tacklers. We're going to head over to Game 7 real quick.
Grand Island looking to go up 3 scores.
Just 9 to go in the first half. Going for a pass, and it's caught for the touchdown. We'll quickly head back over to Game 2. As Orchard Park looking to try to score. Real quick, that Grand Island touchdown, that was number 8. And Anthony Mantione, who connected to Andrew Kozlowski for the touchdown. Looks like they're showing 3 wide receivers here. Out of the shotgun formation. Looked like try to get Niagara Falls to jump. They didn't work that time. And Orchard Park trying to call a timeout, and they're going to call it.
Game 2 is brought to you by Richmond Vana LLC. They have the skills and experience needed to handle a full range of car accident claims, including those with multiple parties and catastrophic injuries. Call 716-671-4341 for your free consultation today, or visit richmondvana.com.
And we're going to head over to Game 3. And I thought we were going to see another INT.
Yeah, but look at that score, 20-6. So Alden gets on the board.
Yeah, they do. 20-6 to score. 7:27 to go in the first half. Oh, at the end of the first quarter, Medina is still up on Eden, but it's 14-12.
Where did I put my Medina in here? I'm running the scoreboard today, folks, so that's why I'm a little bit behind here.
So the punting unit's going to come out for Maritime. Big kick going inside the 40, and Alden's going to try to return this one, getting past the 40 and down to around the 42, maybe 43-yard line.
Yeah.
Yes, my apologies.
Why don't we
yeah.
check in on game number 4? I'm seeing some action. Not sure who has the ball right now. Yeah, Bennett has the ball, so they're officially in the red zone.
Looks like they just called timeout.
Yeah, timeout. Why don't we head to our Octo? But actually, why don't we head to game number 2? Right now. Okay. Why don't we head to game number 2? As appears, trying to see who has the ball. It looks like Niagara Falls has the ball. Did they just come up with a turnover on down goal line stand?
Oh, they might have, yeah.
Yeah.
Scoring update, Dunkirk-Lackawanna. Dunkirk cuts the lead in half. They currently trail Lackawanna 14-7.
That's in the second quarter?
Yes.
Evan, why don't we go to our live scoreboard page? We have some scores in there. All right, let's look at our live scoreboard. Empire State EndZone live scoreboard is presented by Western Division. Western Division, home of the great rate. We have some scores in. We've been mentioning them as we go. Jake, when you look at that screen right now, I don't know. I think that Portville game kind of jumps out to me, 14-0 over Salamanca. Williams Leaf, North Tonawanda tied at 7. That's a little closer than I thought. West Seneca, Westville North, we're waiting for an update, but that's a little closer than I thought it would be. Southwestern Frewsburg, Chautauqua Lake, was not expecting that big of a margin.
That was probably going to be my shocker. I thought this was going to be a much closer game. Still a little bit of a shootout, but so far all the scorings come from Southwestern Frewsburg, which I did not expect. I thought Chautauqua Lake and Southburg would be trading touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, but so far that's not the case at all. Another one say I'm a little bit surprised. Pioneer is battling with West Seneca East. They're making it a challenge for them, with West Seneca East being a road matchup heading to Pioneer. But so far, though, I mean, it hasn't been too much of a shocker because we know what Pioneer football is. We know how resilient they can be. But to see that still tied there, thought West Seneca East would move out in front by now. They haven't yet. So that's definitely one game to look out for.
All right, when we head back to our Octo box, see what else is going on. Okay, so Jamestown just made a 4th down stop against Bennett, so they get the ball. Okay. 26-6. Maritime Tapestry now leads overall, and that game's got to be in the second quarter by now. It's like Pioneer is at the half. Did we get an update?
I believe it was 6-6. I believe that was a score.
Okay, yeah. That's 6-6. That's officially at the half. Why don't we head to game number 8? Let's see who has the ball there. Looks like Salamanca just got the ball back after a punt. They're going to take over from their own 10. This game number 8 is brought to you by Colvin Cleaners, Western New York's premier green earth dry cleaner, dry cleaning, wash and fold laundry, shirts, and tailoring. 2375 Elmwood Avenue, Kenmore. Call 716-873-2952. Special thank you to Colvin Cleaners sponsoring game number 8. As first down play goes to the outside, picks up a couple yards for Salamanca. Head back to our Octo box. This game about 1:40 left in that second quarter. Why don't we check on game number 6 right now? Let's see who has the ball. It looks like Iroquois once again.
Well, we're gonna have to check this game here because Iroquois, as we mentioned about Justice Kleitz a couple of times, right now sitting at 86 career touchdown passes. We'll see where this puts him here after this drive. Looks like they have just under 5 to go in the first half. 14-0, and looks like the penalty was committed on Iroquois. We'll bring up second down. No other score updates just yet. Might get one here. See what they do here. Out of 4 wide receiver set, Kleitz trying to fire one in. That one is caught. And it looks like they said he got the catch in. That's a beautiful job there by the Red Hawks wide receiver. Bring up third down. Looks like maybe about 3. Third down and 3. Third down 4 to go. Somewhere there.
This game brought to you by G&G Fitness. G&G Fitness Equipment is a full-service provider of specialty home and commercial fitness equipment. Locations in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse. Visit livefit.com.
Oh, they're going to go handoff. Running it up the middle. Got inside the 5, and he got stopped.
First and goal.
Look at about the 2-yard line, but first and goal.
Seeing 4:24 left in the second, Jake, in that scoreboard there. I want to check real quick on game number 4. I want to see who has the ball in that one. Just want to take a quick look. Looks like it's Bennett in the red zone, second and short. We'll head back to Iroquois, but we'll keep an eye on this one. First and goal, snap.
Quick pass. That one's caught, but it fell down.
Fell down kind of awkwardly, Jake.
He did. It looks like he is okay, though.
And we head back to 4, back to Jamestown. Bennett. Do we have any score from this game? No score yet in this one, but Bennett inside the red zone. Hand off to the fullback. Finds some room up the middle, and that's going to be enough. First down. Looks like first and goal from the 10 for the Tigers. Let's head back to Iroquois. Oh, there was a timeout on that one, so we'll stay here for a second. Actually, why don't we head to game number 2, where it looks like Orchard Park got... Oh! Okay, incomplete ball, but Niagara Falls is... Looks like they're just... Oh, they're in their... Oh, no, it's Orchard Park, bro. I'm sorry. So they're just outside the red zone.
See what happens here. Clyde's trying to go for 87 here, and he looks like he got sacked there. I think he rolled. I thought he for a second.
Look,
but he was down.
He's up and walking right now. Why don't we head back to 4 as it's first and goal for, actually, I think it's second and goal for Bennett. Or no, do they just score? I think they just scored.
They did. It's 6-0.
Yeah, 6-0. Tigers score.
So Bennett just scored. They're up 6-0. Oh, they just buffed the 2-point conversion there. Jamestown looks like Bennett recovered it, but 2 points no good.
Is that in the second quarter? Are we assuming? Okay. We're going to head to game 3. Maritime Tapestry on the doorstep of the red zone.
Well, they scored again. They go up by 20. Looking to tack on even more. Rolling it out. Scrambling to his own ability. Staying up on his feet. And that's a touchdown. My goodness, what a play.
And I think that was Jalen Coleman, the quarterback, who kind of took it himself on that play. Great time. We're going to head to game number 2, where Orchard Park just scored.
So we just saw Maritime go up 32-6, pending their PAT. Jaden Hassett is the one that ran it for a 25-yard touchdown. And it looked like they're going to go for the 2-point try here. Let's go ahead and head back to Iroquois.
This is third and goal from around the 12 for the Red Hawks.
So they show 3 wide, one man motioning to the far left side, and a penalty marker's down. And that got thrown into the defensive vicinity. Oh, so it's on the defense.
Hope you guys are enjoying us tonight on X, YouTube, and Facebook. If you're at a game that we don't have a score of, please let us know. Let us know in our YouTube chat, our Facebook comments. Please share it with your friends as well. We're trying to keep everybody up to date on the scores across Section 6 in Western New York. Ooh, look at Clates. Try to take off on his own. Was that fourth down, Jake, though? It might be a turnover on downs. I want to see. We don't have a look at the yard marker, and we can't tell that scoreboard. Too much glare on it. Looks like now it's fourth down.
Is that what I saw there? They just need 1 yard? Or is it fourth and goal?
I think it's
Fourth and goal.
I think about there from the 3.
Okay.
Now.
So out of shotgun formation, fourth and goal here coming up. For Iroquois, the snap, looking to throw, trying to find a man, and he is in. Touchdown, no flags, and Justice Kleitz has now tied Joe Licata for the most career passing touchdowns in Section 6 at 87.
That's a huge accomplishment. I mean, Joe Licata obviously had a big career at Williamsville South, made it to UB, and had a great career there, and made it into the pros as well, now coaching at Williamsville South. But he put himself in some very good company, Justice Kleitz.
So here comes the PAT on the way, and that kick is good. So we're going to want to focus on this game the next time the offense is out on the field, because right now Justice Kleitz just tied it with 87 as we now head to the Jamestown-Bennett game. He has a chance tonight, Francis, to try and break the record.
Yeah. Historic moment potentially. Why don't we head over real quick to game number 3, because we didn't see if Maritime converted on the 2-point. They did not, so it'll stay 32-6 over Alden. So Frontier and Hutch Tech are tied.
So Westside Bobby just said it was 1914. Okay. No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure.
And who had 19?
Hutch Tech. You mentioned the score, and then literally his tweet popped up like 3 seconds later saying, 1914.
I think game number 8 is at half. Do we have officially still 14-0, but is that at half? Okay.
Wow, that's a little upset in the making there. Portville and Salamanca.
It appears so.
I know we haven't really gotten the game one much. I believe it's still 21-0 Southwestern Frewsburg, but I also do know that we are having technical difficulties with that game. It's been buffering, a good amount of times throughout, so we do apologize about that.
Brendan Griffey asks, what is the score? Griffey asks, what is the score of the West Seneca West game? And I think last we had it was 7-0 Warhawks over Will North. That was in the second quarter. Fortunately, the camera wasn't turned on there at Will North, but we hope to be getting more updates from that soon.
So back over to Jamestown and Bennett. It's like second down and about 12, maybe second down 13.
Why don't we head in on game number 7? That's Grand Island and Amherst. Looks like Amherst with the ball. They're down 21-0 with 2 minutes to go in the half. This one brought to you by Binghamton University. Snap. Handoff up the middle. Running back gets, that's a nice gain. About 8 yards there on the halfback delay and first down. Amherst on the doorstep of the red zone with about 140 and counting in this first half.
So it looks like we're going to go to Grand Island and Amherst here. Amherst almost in the red zone, just outside the 20. Less than a minute 20 to go for them in the first half, trying to get their first score of the game. Going for a shovel pass here to the outside, to the 20, trying to dive forward, and it looks like he'll get put down at the 19-yard line. And that should have been enough for a first down, and it was. So it stops the clock temporarily. So official halftime score in the books, Orchard Park is up on Niagara Falls 22-0.
All right, I think we got a new link for game 1, so we're going to work on trying to get that in. Evan, I just sent that to you. So we'll try to get that one in. Looks like a penalty in the Bennett-Jamestown game with Bennett back on offense. They're still on their side of the field around the 40. We'll get back to that in just a second. Game number 2, we have an update. It's officially halftime. Orchard Park 22-0 over Niagara Falls.
Still looking at some of the games here. I thought it looked like Maryville might have been doing something to Iroquois. Thought they might have had a big play there, but doesn't show for it. Why don't we head over to game
Well, let's wait for this play.
3, but we'll wait after this play. Pass is incomplete. Good defense there by Kozlowski. Never mind. Let's not go to 3.
Why don't we go to 1?
Let's head over to 1.
Look at, yep.
Real quick, folks, we are doing this game Southwestern Frewsburg against Chautauqua Lake, but unfortunately, we've seen a lot that our broadcast has kind of been choppy
Looks like
in and
they're
out.
having internet issues out
So yeah,
there.
they might. Yeah, they're probably having internet issues out there. So we
And
do
of course
apologize.
now the huddle cam does.
Now their huddle cam's having internet issues. We're trying our best here, but we want to try to get you as much of the broadcast that we can for that one. That's a big game. So we'll hopefully that one looks like to be good now, but hopefully we'll bring more of that action soon. Here's a snap. Bennett screen pass here. And there he goes into Jamestown territory.
All right, less than 2 minutes to go on that one, but we're back here, 40.5 seconds to go for Amherst, trying to get on the board, down 21-0 to Grand Island. Well, we head back to game one for a split second. 28-0. Southwestern Frewsburg leads with exactly 2 minutes to go in the half of that. Okay, so that one's pretty close. Williamsville South 7-0 over Star Point. That's at the half.
But I believe, is this Chautauqua Lake with the ball? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Southwestern has the ball. Let's go ahead and go over to 4. As Bennett is moving down the field. Looks like that's just over a minute to go.
I want to say 104. Bennett up 6-0.
Chance to make it double digits.
Told West Seneca West is up 15-6 over Will North. That's late in the second quarter.
So they go here out of the shotgun formation, showing 4 wide receivers. They'll go with the handoff, try to cut it over to the outside. And almost close to the end zone, inside the 5. So it looked like there might have been a timeout called, maybe by Bennett, as they look to try to go up by 12 before the end of the half.
Why don't we check in on game number 6? See some action there. It looks like it's Maryville with the ball on their own end. It's a 4th down. Let's see if they punt or go for it. I want to say 24 seconds left in the half. It might be 104. You probably can see better than I can. Snap. Looks
Deep shot downfield. We'll see what Iroquois does here with the ball. They're gonna
looks like Jamestown and
position.
Bennett are in a break, so we'll stick here. So, Iroquois ball. Why don't we actually go to game number 1? This is like Southwestern just scored. 34-0, 147 to go, pending the extra point. So battle of the unbeatens. It's Southwestern Frewsburg taking control, with control of this one on the road in the first half.
Wow. That's all I got to say. I mean, folks, if you've seen the way both these teams have been able to score this year, I mean, it's very astonishing to see that Chautauqua Lake hasn't been able to score yet. But you know who is trying to score is Iroquois. And this is one where could be history here on this drive, as Kleitz currently with it, trying to throw the ball, gets to a man. It is caught, and he is just... Oh, he's in! Touchdown, Iroquois! Or are they going to signal it at the 1? One man said touchdown. The other one said it was short at the 1. They've just been told there might be a penalty on this play. And it is blocking the back on the offense. So I think one of the guys signaled a touchdown originally. If that wasn't a penalty, that would have been the record right there. But now for Iroquois, they get pushed back. So very close here to the end of the first half for Iroquois. 4 wide receivers. Go ahead and take in the snap. Kleitz trying to find someone. He's just going to take it himself. Nothing but green turf. Gets inside the 20. He tries to dive in, but he's out of bounds at what looks like to be the 5-yard line, maybe the 4.
Yeah, that's
it looks like that was the end of the half there. So Justice Kleitz trying to make it a 4-score lead. He was short. So Iroquois up in the half now, 21-0 over Maryville. Kleitz still having a whole second half to try and break the record. But we'll head now to Bennett and Jamestown. And Evan, do you know what the time might say on there?
For which game?
Under a minute? Okay.
Southwestern Chautauqua Lake officially gone to half, 35-0 for Southwestern Frewsburg. I think after this play, after this drive, why don't we check in our live scoreboard, because most of our games are still at the half right now. Grand Island officially at the half, 21-0. They lead over Amherst.
From the snap, pass there is caught. Bennett looking, trying to make something out of nothing. And he got stopped inside the 15-yard line. Looks like that might say 19 seconds left, maybe 14 seconds left. But there's an injured Bennett Tiger down.
When we check it in game number 3. Like that one, 56 seconds to go. Wow, look at that one, Jake. 40-6, Maritime Tapestry leads.
This game's brought to you by Logistics Plus Buffalo for all your transportation needs. Full truckload, LTL, dedicated D and drop trailer moves. Logistics Plus Buffalo is a one-stop shop. Email buffalologisticsplus.com for your next shipment or warehousing needs.
All right, 1:06 to go at Chautauqua Lake. Actually, that one already might have gone to the half. Okay. This streaming, I did get a text up that they were already at half, but we'll see. I could be wrong there, so we'll keep an eye on this. All right, Randolph is tied with Franklinville-Ellicottville at 6.
We'll see what happens here with Chautauqua Lake. Low snap. Pass here is caught. And just trying to muster forward to the midfield marker, but they'll be at their own 49. This game's brought to you by Damon University. Damon University is a private, non-sectarian university in Amherst, New York, offering undergraduate and graduate level degrees. Visit damon.edu to schedule a tour today.
Like still an injured player on the field. Why don't we do our live scoreboard, Evan, and we'll keep an eye on that Bennett game. Let's do a quick refresher. This is the Empire State EndZone live scoreboard brought to you by Western Division, and Western Division, home of the Great Rate. Jake, bunch of games right now at the half. We've been talking about there's been a couple surprises tonight.
Yeah.
What jumps out to you the most?
I think it's the game that we were just on, and I've mentioned a couple times. I didn't expect that to be a 35-0, blowout so far by Southwestern Frewsburg, and they're not even. I mean, we were told it's halftime, but our live stream says they still have a minute left. But even still, up 7 scores on a Chautauqua Lake team that's been averaging well over 40 points a game heading into this contest. That's just crazy.
Why don't we head back to game number 4? It looks like they're lined up. Bennett looks, throws. Oh, that was incomplete.
That was a great job by the receiver. He got past his defender. Quarterback lodged one up, but the defender does a great job pushing him out.
When we head back to our live scoreboard, keep looking at those. We'll keep an eye on this Bennett Jamestown. Willie's North Tonawanda, they're tied at the half. That's a little closer than I thought. Third quarter, I'm told, just started there. Will South Star Point a little close. West Seneca West, Will North even is a little close. Obviously been following this Orchard Park, Niagara Falls. Quakers kind of taking care of business right now. Some other scores I'm seeing. Lackawanna Dunkirk, that's a little closer than I thought it would be. You see, again, obviously Portville Salamanca, we talked about at the half. Portville beating the undefeated Salamanca Warriors right now. Franklinville, Ellicottville, Randolph tied at 6 at the half. Medina, Eden, North Collins in a close game. If you're at any of those other games that you're not seeing an update for, please send them our way. Comment on Facebook, on our YouTube right now. Keep us updated. We're trying to keep everyone informed here. Let me see if we have any Facebook comments so far. None I'm seeing at the moment. Check our Twitter as well. Lackawanna and Dunkirk has officially gone to half. 14-7. Steelers lead that one. When we head back to 4. Bennett on the doorstep. Snap. Looks. And he is sacked. Nowhere to go right there. And that will bring... Yep, that is going to bring the game to half. So the Bennett Tigers lead 6-0 over Jamestown at halftime down at Strider Field. Let's take a look at our 8 boxes. Any games come into the second half? I think it's game 8. When we check back in with game 1, see if we get the final 10 seconds of this first half. Snap. Looks, gives, throws over the middle. It's caught at the 30, but time will run out. So 35-0 Southwestern Frewsburg in a battle of undefeateds. They lead the home team, Chautauqua Lake Westfield Brockton, 35-0. We'll stay in C-South, but head to game number 8, where I think the biggest upset of the night, it's Portville leading other unbeaten team in C-South, Salamanca, 14-0. Warriors with the ball in their own end to start the second half. Yeah.
So from the snap, Salamanca. Pass here caught. Looks like try to go to the 40-yard line. Looks like he got stopped there. But yeah, so far, definitely one of the games in this one, Francis, that weren't really expecting to see here. Salamanca being shut out in the first half.
We haven't had an update from Pioneer in a while.
Well, I think Pioneer...
Let me go check on that one.
Okay. Looks like there's something in their zone.
I don't know if that's still from... That one's been buffering. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on with that. Can we head back there? We head back to... I know it's... Okay, so West Seneca East is leading 12-6 over Pioneer. The signal from Pioneer is not coming through too well. Hopefully they can take care of that. We can get to that game. Very important one happening. But, Jake, it's a 4th down right now for Salamanca.
Yeah, 4th down. They do need 1 yard to pick up the first. So not in a terrible spot, but, this is something that they got to keep the drive going. And they got it. Got it, and a couple of yards more to bring along with them and into Portville territory at the 49. So trusting in their main guy, Peyton Bradley, taking that QB keep up the gut and picking up the first.
Yeah, if you're Salamanca, no reason to panic. I'm sure that was the message at halftime. No need to panic. It's just 2 scores. You got to put a couple of nice plays together. You can't get it all back at once, and that looks like what they're doing with this opening drive.
Oh, staying up on his feet too.
A little dangerous. I thought he was trying. He was trying to go for more. I thought that ball was going to get out, but he holds on to it and gets the 5-yard gain.
Looks like we're going to be getting a new game. So Will East North Tonawanda is going to be in our slot here for game 3. And we'll show that to you when we can. Oh, botch snap there. And he
lost it
fumbled
again.
the ball.
Oh, you just got to lay on it, man.
Oh, man, that's a huge loss of yardage.
Fumble. Yeah.
That took him back all the way to the 32. That's like a 19-yard loss.
That's the last thing you wanted to have happen if you're Salamanca on this drive.
Yeah, you can't have that happen on that drive when you're down 2 scores.
$24-yard loss. 24-ish yard loss on that play. So 3rd and 27, are we calling that? 3rd and 27 on the scoreboard. Snap. It's a screen over the middle. Nice catch and run there. Gets back to the original, almost back to the original line of scrimmage. Set up 4th and about 10 or 11. And Jake, do you go for this one? You think about it for a second, right?
But knowing what Portville is probably doing, they're probably killing a lot of time. And Salamanca hasn't gotten a lot of success, make them go 3 and out. It's crazy, but I think you got to do it.
Well, they're set up right now, Salamanca, for both. Portville is expecting
he's gonna punt it.
Yeah, he's going to punt it. Gets the quick one off.
Scoring update here. I'll take a look at this schedule real quick. See who is playing who tonight. Frontier taking on Hutch Tech. Frontier's up on them 20-19, 6:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. Looks like we got
an injured player in North Tonawanda. That's the Will East game.
And it looks like our Iroquois Maryvale game is going to be starting up soon. Nice pass and catch there by Portville. Picking up the 1st down, being brought down at the 36.
Yeah, that number 10 looks kind of big there, Jake.
Yes.
He's a big, he has a few inches over most of the other players out there. I don't know, have the official roster. I think Jake's going to look it up, but He looks a little bigger than the rest. Makes a nice play, tight end over the middle. Gets a first down for Portville. Great way to start the drive if you're Portville. Try to not only hang on to this lead, but score and add on to it.
Well, he is a big kid. Senior, Adam Rowe, 6'4".
That's pretty big, especially for Class C.
Oh, there's the penalty marker.
I want to say that's going to be a false start since they whistled the play dead.
And now it drops Salamanca down.
Salamanca gets a loss.
Yeah, so this is a big game.
And right now, Southwestern, they lead Chautauqua Lake pretty big. So, Chautauqua or Southwestern would jump to first.
And then
outright.
you would have Chautauqua Lake and Salamanca tied at 2, depending on the points. On the points.
No. Southwestern would hit. Or you're talking about Chautauqua Lake.
Yeah.
I mean, they both have one loss on their.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Who would be number 2? That's what I'm saying.
Well, it would come down eventually
who
wins the. Well, they're going to play against each other at some point.
Yeah,
that would decide it most likely. Looks like we're
number 2, gang.
No, I think they're still warming up in game number 2.
Oh yes, they are.
Why don't we head to game number 3? They had an injury timeout, but looks like they're back from that. I think
Salamanca just recovered a fumble. They did. That's a huge break for them. That is massive. And I don't know where they're going to have the ball. Looks like it's inside the 39 is what I'm being told.
Why don't we head to game number 3? We made a change. We now have North Tonawanda at Williamsville East. What? Yeah, it's in the Lumber City. This one is tied. Last we heard 7-7. I believe this is still 7-7. Start of the third quarter. This game brought to you by Logistics Plus Buffalo. For all your transportation needs, full truckload LTL, dedicated, and drop trailer moves, Logistics Plus Buffalo is a one-stop shop. Email buffalo@logisticsplus.com for your next shipment or warehousing needs. This one, a big one in Class A2. Going to get the standings in my end. Yeah, this is likely for third place. So tomorrow is the big game in A2. McKinley and Health Sciences both undefeated at 3-0. But North Tonawanda, Will East. North Tonawanda is 3-1. Will East is 2-1. They lost their first game last week against McKinley. Of course, we've watched Grand Island taking care of business against Amherst so far. But this North Tonawanda, Will East game could decide a playoff spot, the final playoff spot in A2. So a very important one.
One out. Oh, he escaped. Holy cow, he got hit hard too.
Yeah, he got up pretty quick, Jake. I think he's good.
Yeah, he did, but I'll tell you what could have been, a 5-6 yard loss? Even more. And he's able to get a good chunk of yardage to move his team to the 33 yard line.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to set up second. I want to say about 6 in this one.
Real quick, want to thank some of our sponsors tonight. Pathfinder College Planning, 510 Toy Shop and Sports Cards, The Mental Match with Sam Recco, Canisius High School, St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute, St. Francis High School, Trent's Trophy, recognizing the top lineman in Western New York, and then Lewis & Lewis PC, located at 37 Franklin Street in Buffalo.
Nice gain there for Will East. I want to head to game number 8, where I see some movement. Remember, Salamanca just recovered that fumble, but now they're going backwards, Jake. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
You see the amount of yardage that they have to get to now. 3rd and 17 after recovering a fumble in their opponent's territory.
Yeah, but it looks like 4:49 left in the third quarter. It's still Salamanca down 14-0 to Portville.
See what they go ahead and try to do. They looked bunched up. Now they're going out with a shotgun. One man's going to motion from left to right. On a 3rd down and 17.
Why don't we head back to 3?
Timeout called by Salamanca.
North Tonawanda Willis, and looks like a timeout. Looks like an injury timeout. Willis players down. Orchard Park, Niagara Falls has officially started the second half. It looks like it's Falls is going to start with the ball there. Falls down 22-0 currently to an Orchard Park team, which you just saw last week, Jake.
Yeah, but what's really been impressive so far is this Orchard Park team just being very dominant early on. They're right now they're currently playing in a 4-game homestand, which is always nice to have. But the teams they're going up against, they're facing good competition, and they're making some statement victories, I would say, considering the key guys they lost last year in the Ciano brothers, Carter Switek.
And the games...
They replaced those guys, and they've, have continued on what was left off from last year.
And after that opening season loss to Health.
Right.
Which was not pretty whatsoever. All right. Williamsville South just scored. They now lead 14-0. That game officially in the second half.
Taylor just picked up a first down for his team. This game here between Niagara Falls and Orchard Park is brought to you by Virchman Vona, LLC. They have the skills and experience needed to handle a full range of car accident claims, including those with multiple parties and catastrophic injuries. Call 716-671-4341 for your free consultation today or visit richmondvona.com.
After this, we'll head back to Iroquois, which appears there now in the second half as well.
Taylor, penalty marker down, trying to go for a shot downfield. It's caught as they were in Orchard Park territory. We'll see what the penalty marker was going to be on.
Well, we head to 8. Looks like they're coming out of timeout there. Salamanca with the ball back. They still have the ball. I think they were still in that 3rd and 16. We'll head to game 3 next between Williamsville East and North Tonawanda.
From the snap, rolling out to the right, trying to find a receiver, and I believe that fell incomplete.
Yeah, so 4th and long. Salamanca is going to have to punt. Why don't we head over to game number 3? It's buffering.
Well, why don't we actually do this? Because we haven't done it yet. Why don't we take a break? Take a quick break in the action here. Giving you guys a lot of live coverage so far, but we still have plenty more to get to you. We'll see what happens out of this break here. This is the Empire State EndZone Week 5 here on Western New York Athletics.
At Richmond Vona, we are seriously dedicated to bettering the communities that we serve. You will get super high level communication, and you are getting a team of dedicated attorneys, paralegals. If you put your trust in us and hire us, we promise to take care of everything. Call us as soon as possible so we can start the investigation to fight to get you the settlement you deserve.
Wing nuts. You still got to go.
Have you guys tried Room 40 yet?
Looking for the perfect spot to throw your next party? Say hello to Room 40, our private event space at both Wingnuts locations. Maybe you got a birthday, a graduation, anniversary, business event, rehearsal dinner, or even a sports banquet. From intimate get-togethers to rowdy celebrations, Room 40 is built to handle it all and fits up to 60 guests, with custom food and drink packages, flexible setups, legendary Wingnuts hospitality, and all the wings you can handle. If you're planning a celebration or get-together in Buffalo, this is where the party's at. Local vibes, zero stress, all fun. Book Room 40 today and throw a party Buffalo won't forget. Hit the link in our bio or visit wingnutsbuffalo.com/room40 to book now.
All right, well,
I'll go if you go to Wingnuts.
Deal.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
I'm George Wiley, a senior at Canisius High School. As the only Jesuit high school in Western New York, Canisius delivers a life-changing education. Canisius prepares young men for acceptance into the nation's finest universities, and our community supports us at each step of our journey. We are proud of our excellent athletics and our emphasis on service. This place is special. Let us show you why.
Experience firsthand the excellence of Canisius High School. Schedule your visit at canisiushigh.org.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics.
For an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs, more information about our Buffalo office is available at logisticsplus.com/Buffalo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Week 5 of the Empire State EndZone. We're going to head and show you some updates of the games that are happening across Western New York, and it's brought to you by Western Division, home of the Great Rate.
All right. Starting on the left side, Williamsville South up 14-0 over Starpoint. That game in the third quarter. Williamsville East, North Tonawanda, game we're kind of following. That's still tied at 7 in the third. West Seneca West, last we heard, was up 15-6 over Williamsville North. Frontier is leading Hutch Tech in a close one, 20-19. That's now in the second half as well. Some other games, West Seneca East. Oh, can you do a quick?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, why don't we head there real quick? This is a big one, guys. Yep, shovel pass there. That's Nick Skutnik trying to head over to the outside. Looked like he got inside the 10, and obviously enough there to pick up the first down. So in case you guys have not tuned in yet, we're gonna stay on this game for a big reason. Heading into this game, Justice Kleitz had 84 career passing touchdowns. That puts him second all time in Section 6. Joe Licata has the record at 87. You see on the screen 21-0. Justice Kleitz has scored all of those 3 touchdowns through the air. So he is now tied with Joe Licata at 87. He has a chance here on this drive to break it and become the lone man and get his 88th career passing touchdown. So a 3 wide receiver set. Here's the snap. Kleitz looking over to his right side. Has a man! And he's in! Touchdown, Iroquois, and Justice Kleitz now holds the record for the most career passing touchdowns in Section 6, passing Joe Licata. He now has 88.
Just a wonderful career he's had. Obviously, still a few more games to go. That Kleitz family, sure, they know how to play quarterback, Jay.
Oh, yeah, they do. Trey Kleitz had a phenomenal career at one point, with a season passing touchdown record. It's in Section 6, but I believe it was 37 passing touchdowns. As you see there, the PAT is no good. They go up, though, 27-0. But Iroquois, history made there, Francis. Justice Kleitz picking up his 4th passing touchdown, and he now holds the record.
Fantastic game from him so far. Fantastic career he's had so far. When we head to game number 8, where it is Portfield with the ball on the Salamanca 42. It looks like 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Yeah, they want to chew some clock up, maybe get another score in, as they want to pull off the upset tonight. Another scoring update: West Seneca East is up on Pioneer 22-6. That one now in the fourth quarter, and Eden North Collins 31-20. They lead Medina at the half.
And here comes Portville, like you mentioned, just killing a lot of clock. They had a 3rd down and 4. I don't know if they picked up that first down. Looks like they might have.
This game is brought to you by Colvin Cleaners. Colvin Cleaners is Western New York's premier green earth dry cleaner. Dry cleaning, wash and fold, laundry, shirts, and tailoring. 2375 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. Call them at 716-873-2952. That's Colvin Cleaners. Now it's first down. Did they move the sticks? It looks like
it looked like they just got enough to pick up the first down.
They didn't move the sticks, though.
Oh, now it's
okay.
Just a little late to the party.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who was confused by that. Oh, nice run there. Tough run there by 28.
And another first down for Portville.
And he stayed in bounds.
Yes, and he stayed in bounds. So now with even a second play, even if it goes second down or whatever, as long as it's a run play, they're gonna end the third quarter possibly up 14-0. If they just do another quick run play here, they can just wind down the clock.
All right, another scoring update. Williamsville North up 16-15 over West Seneca West right now. But let's head over to game 3, Jake.
Looks like we just had a big score. Penalty marker, though. Looks like we just missed out on what the penalty might have been. Let's get another look here with our official.
What Williamsville East, we're told, is in the fourth, and it's still tied at 7.
Well, we had a touchdown celebration at first. It looked like Will East took the lead. It's not the case, I believe, because they are forming up at around the 40-yard line. It looks like they're going to push them back. So Will East had a touchdown. It got negated due to a penalty. And now they're going to get pushed back into their own territory, it looks like.
Let me check in on game number 7. Are they doing a presentation for Kleitz over there? Or I guess play is resumed.
Do you think they were showing something there? Or?
I thought for a second, it looks like Maryville's offense is now on the field. So
okay,
we'll stick here. Yeah, that's the West. Yep. They did not stop the game. Okay.
Okay.
Looks like Bennett and Jamestown are about to start there. It looks like they're lining up for opening kickoff of the second half. So we'll check in on that game in a little bit. We'll hold off on that right now.
We'll see what Will East does here. Trying to throw a pass here. That falls incomplete. Looked like he tried to throw it away. So let's head over now to game 8 here. And Portville, how about this? So they end the third quarter, now putting themselves in red zone territory with a fresh set of downs. They're going to start the fourth quarter with a chance here to go up possibly 3 scores. So they'll move it to around the 15. Looks like they'll put them at a stop at the 14. Take a look here at trying to see if there's any other scores happening. It's like nothing scoring updates so far, as Bennett and Jamestown are currently battling it out. I believe that was a 6-0 game. Bennett's up on Jamestown at halftime. But for this one here, 14-0 Pioneer. Excuse me, Portville.
Is Williams-Lease lining up for an extra point? I apologize.
So from the snap, taking it up the gut, and Portville is able to get it in for the touchdown. They are now up 20-0 on Salamanca. Francis, I don't think we saw this game going this way at all.
No, we certainly did not. I think all of our focus was on the Chautauqua Lake Southwestern, who would come out unbeaten, setting up for a game against Salamanca. But Portville says we still have we want to say in this race, and they lead this one 20-0 and have a chance to pull off the upset of the week in Section 6 in Western New York.
Well, here's a snap. The kick's on the way, and this PAT is good. By the way, Jake Ziegler is the one that got that touchdown. I believe he made Conley Cup Players of the Week earlier this week. He was nominated for that after his 5 rushing touchdown performance I think he had when they took on Fredonia. So no surprise there on his performance, but a whole surprise, though, overall, considering how this game's gone.
Game number 4 looks like first drive for Bennett. Snap, handoff, and stopped in the backfield.
That's a great tackle.
I believe it was 57.
I think it was 50.
I think 57 I saw.
50.
You have the roster, I think, in your notes, Jake.
Yep. So that looked like to be number 57. That's Asaya Watson, one of the key guys that I mentioned, that has to make an impact in this game for Jamestown to do well. And you saw there breaking through the Bennett O-line to wrap up the opponent.
So it's 13-7 Flames. They just scored. That one, I believe, is still in the third quarter, or they're in the fourth now.
Yeah.
Couple games we know are in the fourth quarter, probably a few more.
I think Jamestown just committed a penalty.
Why don't we check in game number 6? I think Iroquois is trying to score once again. They're up 27-0 already. Clayt's already broke the record. Wants to add on to it tonight. 5 wide receiver set, unless he just takes it himself.
Yeah, it looks like they're at the 1-yard line. Well, he tried to go to a man there that had some blocking, but that was low. So they lost looked like maybe 3-4 yards on the play.
Yeah, that was first and goal. Going to get up second and goal from about the 5. When we head to game number 2,
and I believe this is still a 22-0 ball game. OP's out in front, but Niagara Falls looking to take the goose egg off their scoreboard. From the snap, Taylor trying to find a man, but it's incomplete. Penalty marker does fly in.
I think they're going to call pass interference on the Quakers. When we check in game number 6, did Iroquois just score? No. Why don't we get over game 5 right now? Actually, heads over to game 4. We'll check back this in a second. So close one in Youngstown. Lakeshore up 7-6 over Looport. You said that's third quarter? Fourth quarter. That one's
down, getting a nice stop there. This game's brought to you by Wingnuts Buffalo, located near the Buffalo Airport at 4600 Genesee Street. Dine in or order for takeout. Open Monday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit wingnutsbuffalo.com.
After this play, we'll head back to Iroquois, game number 6. Snap, handoff off the middle, touchdown Tigers.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jamestown's been giving them such a hard time throughout the day. So amazing for Jamestown to be resilient, but Bennett now takes a 2-touchdown lead. And as for Iroquois, they take now a 5-score lead. Was that a pass? Was that a pass one? So that's now 5 passing touchdowns for Justice Kleit. Now puts him at 89 on his career. Again, we mentioned earlier he broke the Section 6 career passing touchdown record on the previous drive, but now he's at 89 with career passing TDs.
We're going to catch at least one of these 2-point plays.
Well, Bennett there gets the 2-point conversion. Now they're not up 14-0.
When we get back, see what's going on. Did Iroquois 6, and they got the 2-pointer.
Okay. So this penalty is going to be on NT.
Iroquois, we think, still in the third quarter? When we check it on game number 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think game 2 might be showing something. Oh, yeah, here's a chance for Niagara Falls.
Second and goal.
Trying to go one-on-one. It's incomplete. I don't see a penalty marker. It looks like this will... Are they saying touchdown?
No, I think that's Niagara Falls,
Niagara Falls
wanting a penalty.
Touchdown.
No, I think they were wanting a penalty there.
Okay, I got really confused because they put their hands up like it was a touchdown. So, okay. So if anyone's confused right now, Niagara Falls just scored a touchdown. The huddle camera didn't capture it, but it looked like the receiver caught it on the far right side of the Orchard Park end zone. So looks like Niagara Falls just picked up the touchdown. They're now down 22-6. At least that's what it sees on my end.
Going for 2 of the Wolverines. I want to check in on game 1 after this play here. Yep. Taylor. He gets in, but I didn't see the flag. Why don't we head to game 1 real quick? Southwestern driving right now. 2:40 left in this third quarter. Already up 35-0. Looking for another score to remain unbeaten this year. Throw, and that one's incomplete. Set up second and goal.
I know we were trying to mention about maybe placing another game, but I wonder what Barker Royhart's doing. They're taking on I believe a Section 5 team in New York.
We do have to eventually check back in with Game 5 because that is back up.
I'm sorry, I meant to say Game 7. I think that was the...
That's the Grand Island
yeah,
game.
I think we mentioned that.
Oh, did he bring that in? No, he did not.
No,
that was
incomplete.
close. All right, so 22-6 now. Orchard Park leads Niagara Falls in the third quarter. Do we think we want to check in with game? Or actually, let's go to game 1. Southwestern. Looks like they tried. It's now going to be third and goal. Second and goal run right there for minimal gain. So third and goal. Why don't we real quick check it in game number 5? We haven't been there a while. 22-6 right now. Is this one in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, fourth quarter, 2:51 to go.
Pioneer.
Pioneer's got the ball.
I think they're just outside the red zone, so we'll keep an eye on this one. Why don't we head back to one, actually? Third and goal coming up here for Southwestern Frewsburg. Looking to put a nail in the coffin in this one. Snap. Looks. He's going to take off to the right side. Still looking. He throws. And touchdown. Touchdown Southwestern Frewsburg. They go up 41-0 pending the extra point. 1:23 to go. Actually, this one's in the third quarter still. Apologize for misspoke earlier. Newfane up 33-6 over Silver Creek Forestville. That's in the third quarter. Do we know? Fourth quarter for that one.
And then we got a scoring update. Lackawanna's up 20-7 on Dunkirk. Michael Moore connects to Kobe Underwood for a 24-yard touchdown pass.
Do you have a time on that game?
I don't.
Okay.
Oh, end of the third. Oh, in the third. Hang on. This one's got to get updated.
I do want to check it on game number 4. It looks like Jamestown is... Oh, hold on. Oh, they just got inside the goal line. Bennett up in this one, 14-0. I want to say 7-11 to go in the third quarter.
So, yeah, just to confirm that Orchard Park Niagara Falls game about whether it was a touchdown or not, it was. I believe Tom Prince is at that game. 22-6 is the score. 1 minute to go. I believe it's the third quarter in that one.
West Seneca West takes the lead. End of the third quarter, 18-16. They lead Williamsville North. Looks like they just kicked a field goal to take the lead as they enter into the fourth quarter there. But Jamestown on the doorstep of getting their first score of the game. Handoff up the middle. Bonta spins, but he's going to be short.
It's like... Oh, is that Franklinville, Oakville? Okay.
Yep.
And I think Bonta in this broadcast, what we're seeing, I think he was down at the 1 yard line.
You're down to the 1 yard line. Haven't seen yet a down.
Looks like they got 10 seconds to go in the third. And still stuffed. They went to Alaric Richards, the freshman there.
Looks like that was third down. So it's going to be fourth and goal right now for Jamestown. Fredonia. I don't think we haven't got an update from them. Yep. So CSP 32-14, they lead over Fredonia. Do we have a time on that or a quarter? That one's in the fourth quarter. Officially at the end of the third quarter, Orchard Park leading Niagara Falls 22-6. They enter the fourth. As we await this fourth and goal. And we believe we're still in the third quarter in this one, right, Evan? Yes, 2 seconds remaining. I want to check in on game number 5. Why don't we... Actually, since it's an injury timeout, we had to game number 5. 2:02 to go. West Seneca. Yeah, looks like West Seneca East defense comes up with a stop. So they're going to try to close out this one, go to 5-0 on the season. First down for West Seneca East.
And this game here is brought to you by SUNY Cortland. SUNY Cortland stands out as one of New York's top public universities, a medium-sized school that offers academic strength across 68 majors, a high quality of student life, and a degree that pays back graduates. Visit www.2.cortland.edu to schedule a visit today.
We had our first final, but I will tell you about that as soon as this play is over. So 4th and goal for Jamestown, down 2 scores, 14-0 in the third quarter. Handoff up the middle, Bonta. Ooh.
No, he didn't. Wow, what a stance. Listen, I think we all knew on that play where it was going to go to. It had to go to Bonta, that play. You had to give it to your running back's hands. But that's where your defense on Bennett needs to have that great goal line stance, and they do it there. They stuffed Jamestown, preventing them from scoring.
All right. We'll keep an eye on this as Bennett has the ball inside their own 1, but let's head to game number 5, where it looks like West Seneca East is kneeling down. Let's see if they need to make another snap. Doesn't look like it. So West Seneca East, they move to 5-1, 22-6 winners over Pioneer. They stay undefeated and are in the driver's seat in the Class B1 division.
That's a big one for them. 5-0 overall. They'll go 5-0 in league play, and they'll stay in the first seed. Now I think it's curious as we take a look at. I'm going to take a look at this team here real quick.
Now,
looking on my laptop, I'm curious what that Will Stout Star Point game's on, because Will Stout's they have to win to at least go 4-0 and stay in the 2 spot for now.
Jake, right now we have Salamanca deep inside the red zone trying to score here, down 21-0 in this third quarter. Snap.
Penalty marker.
Why don't we check in with game number 7? We haven't heard from Grand Island Amherst in a while. It's now 28-0 the Vikings over Amherst.
We definitely didn't have that score. Who was that against?
Albion.
Yeah, we did. I don't
have a time. Fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't think we had that score.
No, that was one we needed. We're still looking for Allegheny Limestone Wilson, and then York Central Barker, and on the other side, JFK Tonawanda, and we need an update from Dunkirk and Lackawanna.
I'm trying to think. Did we have?
I think you had
Barker.
Dunkirk. I think Barker might have a huddle that we might be able to look up later. Maybe we put that in.
I'm thinking of our broadcast we did last week.
That was last week, but they might have a huddle as well. My last.
It's 18-16, end of the third.
When we head to game number 3 right now, it looks like Williamsville East is inside the red zone. Yeah, 13-7 they lead. Looks like, they're running it up the middle. So they're trying to put Williamsville East trying to put this game away. Remember, they suffered their first loss of the year last week to McKinley, so they're trying to stay in that number 3 spot in Class A2. McKinley Health Sciences tomorrow, 2 undefeated teams in A2, likely to decide who gets the number 1 seed out of that division.
And I'll be on the call of that game along with Carson Harper. That's gonna be a fun one. That was originally a Friday night game, but it got pushed to tomorrow afternoon. But that should be a phenomenal game. Two teams clash out in A2.
And that's a kneel down. So Williamsville East will come away with the victory 13-7 over North Tonawanda.
So North Tonawanda will go 3-2 overall, 3-2 in league play. Will East will go to 4-1 overall, but it bumps them up now to 3-1 in league play. We'll see where that will put them tomorrow, and we'll see where that put them later on when Health Sciences and McKinley play against each other.
Bennett looks like they got out of being deep in their own end, but the drive stalls with a punt. That's a short punt. I think it was partially blocked and very short, and it gets to the Bennett 45. So Jamestown, great field position. It looks like 4:07 to go in the third, we're thinking. Right, Evan? Yeah, still in the third, so plenty of time still for Jamestown, the red and green.
Okay.
That's a final. Couple finals already in.
What was that other game we were missing? Wilson against Allegheny Limestone.
Allegheny Limestone.
So Wilson should have like a huddle cam.
No, it's at Allegheny Limestone, that game. Why don't we check in?
I think Allegheny Limestone does something on YouTube, but I could double check it.
Why don't we check it in game number 6? Looks like Iroquois has. No, I'm sorry. Maryville has the ball. This is 4th and short, Jake, inside the 10. So we'll stick it right here. This one, I want to say it's in the 4th quarter at this point. I'm trying to check my notes here. Timeout. Why don't we head over to game number 7, get an update from Grand Island. That one's going into the 4th, 28-0. Vikings lead that one. So Salamanca gets on the board. It's 21-8. Portville leads. That one already in the 4th quarter. When we check back in with game number 6, there was a 4th down there before a timeout. So still 4th down and short for Maryville. Down 5 touchdowns in this one, but the Flyers still fighting. This game brought to you by G&G Fitness. Snap. Handoff up the middle. Or no, QB keeps it. And they're going to give them, looks like a 1st down. G&G Fitness Equipment is a full-service provider of specialty home and commercial fitness equipment locations in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse. Visit livefit.com. As we pass the 9 o'clock hour here on Friday night of Week 5. Another scoring update, 28-14. Frontier defeats Hutch Tech. That's a final. Got about half dozen finals in so far tonight. We'll take a look at our scoreboard and our live scoreboard in just a little bit. As 1st down for Iroquois. Let's see. Can we get to game number 1? Why don't we check in right now? 42-0 now. Southwestern leads. They have the football once again.
Okay, so Jamestown looking to try to redeem themselves.
Actually, it looks like Niagara Falls scored, Jake. It's now 22-14 OP. 9 minutes left in that game.
Looks like we just caught the end of it. So Niagara Falls trying to mount a comeback of their own. Could be big for them.
Like Orchard Park, they have the ball now? Is that what we're seeing? They're going to have it deep in their own end? Oh, this is the touchdown for Niagara Falls. They just scored.
Yep.
I was looking at my screen, if you're out there, folks.
So 22, right now it says 22-14, so we might be a little bit behind here on this, but it says about 9 minutes to go. I believe in that in that game.
So 46-12, Maritime wins.
And then Frontiers game went final. They defeated Hutch Tech 20-19.
I thought we hit that was 28-14.
For Frontier? 20-19.
We'll go with 20-4.
Yeah.
Talking, what are we doing? 20-19.
2019.
2019.
That's what Westside Bobby has. That's what he tweeted out.
Game 4, Jamestown knocking on the doorstep once again. Remember last time, Bennett came up with the goal line stand. Bennett got it out of their own zone, but punted after picking up the first down. Jamestown handoff to number 4. Olean up 21-14 in the third quarter over East Aurora.
Well, if they're playing a Section 6 school, if not, no, they would.
Okay.
No, you're good.
Third and goal right now for Jamestown. Down 2 scores. Handoff to Bonta up the middle.
Oh, he's in. Looks like he's in. Yeah, he's in.
So touchdown Jamestown. Get on the board. Make this a 1-score game. Looks like they're still late in the third quarter, Evan. Okay. Less than a minute? Is that what I'm reading? Okay. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. 1-score game down at Strider Field.
So they're going to go for the PAT here. Snaps down, the kick's on the way, and it is good. So just like that, Jamestown stalled on their previous drive, tried to go for 6. This time they're able to punch it in, down by 7.
All right, let's go to game 1. Right now, Southwestern up 42-0, 4:33 to go. But it looks like they're looking for another score right now to really make their mark in Class C South to show that they're the team to beat right now. Snap. QB's going to take it himself to the right side, nowhere to go, and he will go out of bounds. Let's head to game number 2 with this one a 1-score game. We just saw Niagara Falls just score. Looks like Orchard Park has the ball now at midfield and driving. Game number 2 tonight is brought to you by Richmond Vana. Richmond Vana LLC has the skills and experience needed to handle a full range of car accident claims, including those with multiple parties and catastrophic injuries. Call 716-671-4341 for your free consultation today or visit richmondvana.com.
It's a big drive for Orchard Park. They're up by 8, but this has to be a situation where they got to find a way to get some points. Because seeing how Niagara Falls has been able to gain momentum back, they only get 1 yard on that play, but now OP, they got to find a way to get this ball down the field and score.
West Seneca West, last we heard, because we have somebody in our Facebook comments asking, they're up 18-16 right now in the fourth quarter over Williamsville North. We will update you when we get an update right now, as it looks like Niagara Falls just got a big stop there on second down. All right. What we don't have so far, Wilson, Allegheny Limestone, Barker, York Central. We need an update on Lackawanna, Dunkirk, and then we haven't gotten anything from Tonawanda, JFK.
Lackawanna and Dunkirk are at the end of the third quarter.
End of the third quarter. Is it still 20-7, Lackawanna?
Let me check real quick. I know Greg Larson was there.
Third down and long for Orchard Park. Pass on a screen is caught. And he reaches. Let's see what kind of yardage they give him. It looks like that'll be a first down for Orchard Park. Down, up one score in the fourth quarter.
So it is 20-7 Lackawanna, end of the third quarter.
All right. We check in on game number 6 right now.
What was that score? Will North, West Seneca West?
18-16, West Seneca West leads.
We just got an update on our chat on YouTube here. Thank you, Matthew, for chiming in. Will North is up on West. It says Will North's up on West Seneca West, 30-18, 6:44 left.
All right, Will North looking for the upset tonight. This Iroquois game, was that already in the fourth quarter? Okay, so Maryvale did score. So 42-7, Iroquois leads in the fourth quarter. Why don't we check on game 8 right now? You haven't checked in there while it's now 21-8. Looks like Portville just actually wait a minute. 21-8. Okay, so looks like Portville's trying to run the clock out. Just over 2 minutes to go. Are they still in the third quarter though? It says third, but I thought yeah. So we'll keep it says third on their scoreboard. That might be in the fourth, so we'll keep an eye. Why don't we actually stay here as Portville is going to try another touchdown, try to get another score. Snap. Handoff up the middle. And a touchdown for Portville. 27-0 to 27-8 pending the extra point. Actually, this one might be in the third quarter because remember they had that injury timeout, that long injury timeout, Evan. Yeah. So that probably still is in the third quarter. That one. Why don't we get back to game number 2, where Orchard Park lost some yards. It's going to be a 2nd and 14. I think they had some positive plays while we were gone, but 2nd and long right now for Orchard Park. Handoff up the middle, a decent gain there. It's going to make it 3rd and about 10. Orchard Park only up one score. We believe this one is in the fourth quarter.
It is. There's about 7 minutes to go, and I saw that text I got at least like 2 minutes ago that there were 7 minutes ago. So this might be heading around like the 5-minute marker to go in this game. But, I mean, if you're Orchard Park, that's great. Keep killing that clock. Killing that clock as much as you can. Obviously, another score here makes it a whole lot easier. Gets the monkey off your back a little bit, some pressure off for you. But, I mean, that's what they got to do here on this drive. Kill clock and maybe find a way to score.
I believe game 1 went final. Still waiting for a final score as that run goes short.
So, we can technically go to game 1, but I guess something really interesting happened there. Alex Kolsty just tweeted out, the lights just went out.
Oh, boy.
Southwestern.
Hey, we get one of those a year.
Chautauqua Lake. The game's not final yet. Like, the game's not final yet, but those lights are out. Yeah,
not the
so
first
we'll
time
see what
happened. You can see a little light in the middle there.
I think that's someone's phone.
Yeah, probably someone's phone. This game 1 brought to you by Damon University. Damon University is a private, non-sectarian university in Amherst, New York, offering undergraduate and graduate level degrees. Visit damon.edu to schedule a tour today. As I think,
Wow.
Niagara Falls, the Wolverines trying to claw back into this one. They get a turnover on downs. This game brought to you by Richmond Vana. Richmond Vana LLC has the skills and experience needed to handle a full range of car accident claims, including those with multiple parties and catastrophic injuries. Call 716-671-4341 for your free consultation today, or visit richmondvana.com.
Another scoring update between Lackawanna and Dunkirk via Gregory Larson from WDOE. Lackawanna got a 16-yard touchdown, puts them up 26-7 early in the fourth quarter.
Grand Island up 35-0 over Amherst. I believe that one is in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Matt Spielman, sports writer for the Post-Journal, is also reporting that the lights, went out with 3:16 to go in that game. So, kind of curious what they're going to do with that one. Wow.
So Jamestown down a score, now has the football. They're going to try to tie this thing up. So the Wolverines clawing back, and now Jamestown trying to crawl back. Handoff up the middle. Scampers ahead for about 5 or 6 yards.
I want to thank some of our sponsors for tonight. Pathfinder College Planning, 510 Toy Shop and Sports Cards, The Mental Match with Sam Recco, Canisius High School, St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute, St. Francis High School, Trent's Trophy, recognizing the top linemen in Western New York, and Lewis & Lewis PC, located at 37 Franklin Street in Buffalo.
After this, why don't we take a look at our live scoreboard, Evan? All right, that play going to set up third down for Jamestown. All right, actually, we're going to go to game 2. First down for the Wolverines. 2 AA games. 2 teams down by 1 score at similar parts of the field, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is going to be huge to see what happens here. I don't think there's a ton of time left, but definitely more enough for Niagara Falls to do something. And that's one way to do it. One quick pass and catch, able to get it into Orchard Park territory.
What is tomorrow's other double?
Lancaster's playing.
Oh, I don't think.
Lockport.
I mean, Lockport put up a big fight against Niagara Falls last week, so I don't want to count them out too much. It's also Lockport's homecoming.
So for Niagara Falls, that looked like that was Terrence Cole. No, maybe that wasn't Terrence Cole. Let's see who. It's tough to see there on the numbers there who made that catch. Right now, Taylor's looking, trying to find an open man, and it's dropped.
All right, we're going to head back to game number 4, which is brought to you by Wingnuts Buffalo, located near the Buffalo Airport at 4600 Genesee Street. Dine in or order for takeout, open Monday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit wingnutsbuffalo.com. Throw to the left side is caught, and it'll set up a first down for the red and green. Down 1 score.
And Francis, what were the other games we haven't gotten a score yet?
What are we doing? Wilson, Allegheny, Limestone we're still looking for, and JFK, Tonawanda.
JFK Tonawanda, okay.
Second down right now for Jamestown. What's going on in game number 2? Okay, so an injury timeout right now in Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls OP, so you're not missing anything there. Are you seeing this too? It looks like the southwestern Frewsburg Chautauqua Lake game has been called. It's going to be 45-0. Southwestern walks away with the victory to stay undefeated.
Someone tweet that out, or
It was Frank sent it to us, but we had 48.
could have been 45.
All right, 21-14. Olean gets the victory. That one goes final. Another final tonight. 42-7 Iroquois wins tonight. Third down and about 8 now for Jamestown. Snap, hand off to Bonta. He rumbles forward, gets about 3 yards. Let's jump back to Orchard Park. They were in an injury timeout, and that injury timeout is over. It's now 3rd and long for Niagara Falls.
Looks like they just committed a penalty to be 3rd down and 13.
Falls down a score. We think only a couple minutes left in this one.
Here's a snap. Taylor finding a man open, looking to get some yardage to the 35, to the 30, and looked like he picked up enough for the first down. That's going to be huge, depending on
they
how
put
the
up
ball
a
is.
They put up a 3. Oh, they're calling it for. They're calling it
first down. And it's tough to see without that scoreboard with a camera pointing at it how much time's left.
Do we head back to 2 real quick? Is there anything? Oh, I'm sorry, to 4. Oh, Bennett has the ball.
So that must have been a turnover on downs by Jamestown. And Bennett just called timeout.
We'll get you an up. We'll I'll have our team rewinding right now to figure out what happened. But we'll stick with Niagara Falls Orchard Park for now. 1st and 10 for the Quakers. We're assuming at least under 5 minutes.
Yeah, that would be my guess. It's
Under
definitely
5
under 5 minutes.
Down one score.
You can also see this camera shaking too. That's because the bleachers is right beneath the camera. So whoever's there shaking the bleachers, shaking the camera. So it's definitely a very close game. But Taylor,
the ball came out. No, he was down.
Yeah, I thought he was down. I didn't think that'd be a fumble. But Taylor, man, picking up 5 yards, helping his team get down the field.
So Jamestown turns the ball over on downs. Bennett has the ball. Was it a run play? Okay, run play that Bennett stops. So another big stand by the Bennett defense. Looks like they're going to get a victory, but we'll stay here with Niagara Falls.
4 wide receiver set. They pick up another first down.
Doesn't get out of bounds.
Doesn't get out.
We're told, I think, 7 minutes still left in the Bennett-Jamestown game, so still a lot of time in that one.
Well, if that one has 7 minutes left, this one is definitely heading down like close to it. And
all right, so Lakeshore getting the victory over Lewiston Porter. That game was at Lew-Port. I can just hit final. Second and about 7 for Bennett. They're guessing about 5 minutes left. 5:10 left. Receiver for Bennett. I think he tried to make a play to stay in bounds. Smart. Let's see. Looks like they gave him about 2 or 3 yards. I think he may have given up about 2 or 3. That should have probably been 6. And 35-0 Grand Island. Jake, you were about to say something.
Spoiler alert, okay.
No, don't spoil it.
Okay, we won't spoil it, but something big just happened. So I won't tell you what game it is.
Well, handoff on 4th down. Wow, wait. So did Bennett just go for it on 4th down and turn the ball over on downs?
I don't think they would have.
All right, we'll have an injured player for Bennett, so let me head back to 2.
Niagara Falls just scored.
Wow. Niagara Falls. So that is what adds 6.
What a comeback. Well, they got to go for 2.
They got to go for 2 because they're down
Yep.
2. Can we get the 8 box back? No, I just want to be able so we can see game number the game number 4. Or can we see it on the Zoom back?
Wow. So they're going to go to 3-1. Southwestern 1, so they'll right now have the 1 seed and C South. But this is a big one too in Class AA. I mean, this helps out a lot here. So let's see what Niagara Falls does.
Orchard Park sideline not happy with what's going on there. Snap. QB running to his right.
Oh, he had
Gonna
a man.
throw.
He does. This game's tied. Late in the game, it's tied at 22.
1 minute left, I'm being told. Tie game. Jake, I had double overtime last night. Will we get an overtime tonight? Remember we had an overtime last week as well. Still an injury
we had an overtime game week 1. We had an overtime every week this week, or no?
I don't know about every week, but
okay.
Last couple of weeks. Scoring update, end of the 3rd quarter, Eden leading Medina 38-28.
Yeah, that was an overtime game. I don't know if anything happened week.
We want to take a quick look at the scoreboard, Evan. Hold on. Let me hit the save button, and then you can hit the refresh, and we'll take we don't have to go through every game, but we'll give the folks a quick look at what's going on. We have several games that have gone final so far. You can take a look at it. West Seneca West to Will North. Did we get in? That was the one.
It was 30-18. We don't have a confirmation that went final.
Oh, we do have a confirmation went final. So West Seneca West losing. Let me update that. 30-18. That one. North pulls off the upset, and West Seneca West will have to go another week without clinching the number 1 seed. Okay, so special teams blunder for the Falls on the kickoff, going out of bounds. So Orchard Park's going to get the ball at the 40. Oh, I think you got to admit us in the Zoom, Evan.
Oh, so they're redoing the kick? Well, was the penalty on him or Orchard Park? Was it the... Okay.
All right, when we head
so
back
Orchard Park's going to start off at their, looks like, own 39-yard line.
All right, let's head back to game 4. There was an injury timeout.
Okay, so How about this? Two very close games in Double A. You got Bennett, who's currently number 1 in the division right now, that's battling with Jamestown. Jamestown is only down by one score. 3:41 to go, and then for Orchard Park in Niagara Falls, Orchard Park's 2-1 in league play. Niagara Falls 1-1. That could definitely set up the tone for this, for which team could be in the standings after this.
Ooh, that was a tough tackle there.
And Lancaster's got Lockport has had a slow start to the season. Lancaster's had a strong start.
But Lockport just gave Niagara Falls a game last week.
He did.
Handoff looks like this one's to Bonta. He breaks free and gets the first down when we head back to Orchard Park, where it's 2nd down and 10 for the Quakers.
Battle of the double A's here. I didn't think we'd get that to kind of cap off this evening.
I had a
Empire
feeling.
State end zone.
Oh, Niagara Falls. No, it was incomplete, but he was trying to go for the pick there.
No, he caught it. He caught that pass. That defender from Niagara Falls just missed it.
Oh,
possibly deflecting.
Really?
It. Yes.
Wow, that was impressive. All right, let's head back to 4. Long throw, it looks like incomplete. I think that'll set up 3rd or 4th down over there. We'll check back in. All right, let's head back to 4. I want to see what the down is over in Jamestown. Looks like it's going to set up 2nd down.
It's like 2nd down and
we'll
9.
stick here for this play. Don't worry, folks. We're keeping an eye on both games. Looks like a timeout in Orchard Park, so we're going to stay here in game number 4.
Oh, Bennett just jumped.
Bennett jumps. Reminder, this game is brought to you by Wingnuts Buffalo, located near the Buffalo Airport at 4600 Genesee Street. Dine in or order for takeout, open Monday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit wingnutsbuffalo.com.
You ever had Wingnuts?
I have.
They are fantastic. They are absolutely amazing wings. Oh, here we go. Big run up the gut and in the Bennett territory, still up on his feet and brought down at the Bennett 31. Jamestown is not done yet, folks.
Looks like a timeout coming out of the timeout in Orchard Park. We'll go after this play.
Oh, here, did we have this Depew Albion game? Yeah. Said it went final 57-6. Okay. No, it's 4th and 1. No, you were good.
4th and 1. Let's head back though to game number 4.
Game number 4.
Trying to see the down here for Jamestown. 2nd down and 10. Don't worry, folks. We're keeping an eye on Orchard Park.
Here's the give. It's going to go to Richards, able to muster it forward and get to the 25. Looks like he picked up 6. So they were at Bennett's 31. They're now at the 25. Pick up a 6 yards.
All right. Let's go to Orchard Park. Oh, they got the chain gang out.
They want a second look at this. So the chain
Niagara
gang.
Falls player trying to block her view. How rude of him. No, I'm kidding.
Trying to stretch it out there.
Niagara Falls is celebrating. That's short.
Gene, what are we looking at? I'm kidding.
All right, let's head over to 4 real quick. Where we said we thought it was 2nd down, so snap, handoff to Bonta.
Well,
first down.
So we just missed some pick up a first down. So.
I believe it's about 1:10 and counting left in the 4th quarter.
Yeah,
Jamestown only down
right
one score, 14-7, so it'll set up 2nd and 5.
Jamestown having another battle here, just like on their home turf, just like they had 2 weeks ago against Lancaster.
All right, let's head back to Orchard Park. See what kind of decision they'll make. It's 4th and 1 for the Quakers. Oh, man, they're going to go for it. Or do you think they're going to try to get Niagara Falls to jump?
Oh, nope, they're going to go for it. Give it to the man in Bresky. That's your top running back. That's why you have him. They pick up the first down.
Timeout in Jamestown Bennett, so we'll stay here. Oh, timeout in both cases.
So we'll just stay somewhere.
Yeah, let me grab some water real quick. Do we take a look at do we put the scoreboard up? Do you want to refresh it? We'll just put it up for a quick second. We won't say any scores, but while we catch our breath, you can take a look at those scores.
So right now, here's our scoreboard for all the games happening tonight. This is brought to you by Western Division. Western Division, home of the Great Raid. As you take a look, a lot of the games that went finals, some games are still being on the fourth quarter, and some of those games that are playing in the fourth quarter are what you're watching right now. Orchard Park on their home turf taking on Jamestown. Jamestown was down by 22-0 at the end of the first half. They scored 22 unanswered points. But now Orchard Park looking to try to come up with a game-winning drive here to pick up a win. They go for a pass. Deep downfield, and it's caught. And he stays in. Touchdown, Orchard Park.
Wow. I don't know how he stayed in along the sideline, but he managed to, and he gets in for the touchdown. We don't know how much time left, but we think it's not very much.
I'm going to say this right now. Jaden Hassett has improved tremendously as a quarterback for Orchard Park. He came up with a big touchdown last week to put them up on Jamestown to put the game away. Now he puts up a deep shot downfield to put his team up in a big AA matchup against Niagara Falls.
All right, 3rd down and 10 for Jamestown. We'll keep an eye to see what Orchard Park's going to do on this conversion. But right now, 3rd down for Jamestown. Looks sacks. Let's head back to Orchard Park.
So it looks like Niagara Falls just stopped Orchard Park, a little bit of extracurricular activity. I don't know if they went for a PAT or a 2-point conversion, but it wasn't good.
All right, timeout in the other game. So let's get that. There was an update with Eden. All right, so 38-34. Eden North Collins over Medina. Mustangs just scored. Do you know how much time left? About 9 minutes left.
So what I'm being told here, OP scored with 20 seconds left.
Wow. I think we're still waiting on.
So Jaden Hassett threw it to Luke Dana to put them up 29-22.
Luke Dana, I think.
Luke Dana? Okay.
4th down right now for Jamestown, though. 47 seconds, I think, to go, down 14-7. Game on the line for Jamestown. They're used to this moment. Jamestown. Oh, QB gets out of the pressure throw. It's too high. And turnover on downs for the Tigers as they look to close this one out. Not sure how many timeouts Jamestown has left, but with 41 seconds left, Tigers are going to get the ball back with the 14-7 lead. Refs still talking things over in Orchard Park. We'll jump back there for a quick second. You can see that conference going ahead. Yeah, still conference after that. And not even after that touchdown. They were trying for a 2-point, and there were some extracurriculars. So we'll head back to Jamestown. I think Bennett is going to kneel it down. So 14-7. Bennett wins this one. put that up in my in our scoreboard here.
So they'll go to 4-1 overall, 3-0 in league play, still undefeated in Class AA.
Yes, you're right. They're at, of course I can't find the score in my sheet. It's
Oh, I
probably
got
right
it.
in front
Yeah,
of
I
me.
got it here. Yeah, they play Lockport in a road matchup Saturday, October 11th at 2. Looks like they're still having a discussion here. They have both the coaching staffs out there.
Yeah,
for
both coaching
teams?
staffs
One
out
that they were
there.
talking there. So
Okay, so they had offsetting penalties. It looks like they were unsportsmanlike offsetting penalties. Okay, so players disqualified from each side for Orchard Park and Niagara Falls. That means they're probably out for the next game as well for both of those teams.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, Niagara Falls playing Lancaster, Orchard Park non-league matchup. They're gonna face Sweet Home.
So that's gonna hurt Niagara Falls way more.
Yeah.
Still waiting to go for 2 right now. When we check on 4 and make sure that has gone, we have 000s there. Handshakes right now, so that officially goes final.
So Jamestown's going to go to 2-3 overall, 1-2 in league play. When's the last time we've seen a Jamestown team? I mean, I know it's not going to be the official record, but when's the last time you saw a Jamestown team where their record was under 500? It's been a long time.
Maybe a couple of years. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I mean, remember, they've had a couple Connolly Cup finalists past few, consecutive Connolly Cup finalists past few years.
I thought Frank was supposed to call in.
Frank was going to call in. He was at the Chautauqua Lake game. We got caught up in with these AA games. I think it's 28.
For what game? I believe it was 29-22. Or maybe it could be. No, it is 28-22. Yeah, it's 28. It should be 28-22.
28-22. I think about.
Yeah, because they were all tied up.
22 seconds. 20 seconds left.
Yes.
Lackawanna leading Dunkirk 26-14 in the 15 in the fourth quarter. We'll have another look at our live scoreboard before we wrap up. We're at 9:48 right now. We may go a little heavy again.
CSP played Fredonia tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
That's final now? Okay. Another final on our scoreboard. Again, we'll have another look at our live scoreboard presented by Western Division at the end of the show. But we want to stick around for the end of this Orchard Park Niagara Falls game. Do the Wolverines have any magic left? Looking for the edge. He can't find it.
Man, that's going to be a long way to go.
Great special teams by the Quakers. The squib kick goes all the way down to the 15, and Niagara Falls gets stuck in their own end with 10 seconds to go, and they probably killed a couple seconds off as well. So you're looking maybe 10, 15 seconds to go 90 yards. You're right, and probably no timeouts as well. Great evening, week 5 of high school football. Remember, tomorrow we have McKinley Health Sciences and St. Joe's St. Francis, 2 o'clock here on Western New York Athletics. But it's the Wolverines trying to make some magic down in Orchard Park. Shotgun, snap, looks, quarterback. He's going to throw it deep towards midfield.
He looked like he got picked off.
And it's intercepted. And it is intercepted by Orchard Park. And Orchard Park is going to get this victory.
Wow. What a big win for OP. That's just a huge, huge W for them. So they'll go to 3-2 overall, 3-1 in league play. So right now they would be technically in second in Class AA. We'll see what happens at that Lancaster Lockport game that'll happen tomorrow at 2. But right now Bennett's number 1 in Class AA, and Orchard Park right underneath them at number 2.
No, they still haven't played.
No, they have
either,
not played yet.
Yeah, we still have to see Bennett play Lancaster. I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, Bennett, I can look at it real quick. Bennett Lancaster.
Yeah, it looks like kneel down time for Orchard Park.
So Bennett is actually going to be home. Lancaster will face them on the road. They'll be at All High Stadium. It should be 28-22.
28-22.
Frank's asking if we're still on.
Yeah, we're still. How is he not know? What has he been paying attention? Do you see? We have 2 fantastic finishes.
What if the lights went out in that game and it distracted him? That Southwestern game that he went to.
Well, okay. To be fair, he asked to call in.
Hang on a second. Let's go ahead and bring this up. I got Frank here. Frank, of course we're on, man. Come on.
Where have you been living for the past 2 hours?
Should I call Francis's phone or your phone?
Oh, it's my phone. Okay. So you obviously Southwestern, Frewsburg, Chautauqua Lake, Frank. We got you on here in the B&T Electrical Supply Hotline. I'll just say it real quick. I thought that was a very weird game, just considering how dominant Southwestern was against the Chautauqua Lake team that came into this season averaging well over 40 points a game, and they couldn't get any scoring whatsoever. Like, how did Southwestern Frewsburg, how were they so dominant?
Well, you got to look at the schedules and the strength of the teams these teams have played heading into this one. Not to say that Chautauqua Lake has had that easy of a schedule, much easier than the Southwestern schedule, even though they had a forfeit. But, Chautauqua Lake really hadn't been tested. Their defense hadn't been tested until today. And I think Southwestern showed that, if we can establish a run, then, we can take advantage of a few things, and they did. If it wasn't Trent Lewis running, it was Braden Fuller. And that set up a couple opportunities for them to stretch the field, and you were able to see Trent Lewis throw the ball, and it was really an eye-opener. Matt Spielman was here from Jamestown Post-Journal, and he had the same thing. It was a major eye-opener. Chautauqua Lake has a lot of things that they need to clean up. Southwestern Frewsburg is as good as advertised, and they're super fast. I had a chance to talk to Trent Lewis. They did say on social media that there was a lot of trash talking between these two teams all week long, and that Southwestern Frewsburg went out there to make a statement, and they really let it all hang out today.
Yeah, they definitely made a big statement. Both teams were coming in this game 4-0 overall, 3-0 in league play. Now after this win, Southwestern Frewsburg is up 5-0 on the season, 4-0 league play. They're number 1 in C-South. I don't know if you heard, Frank, but Salamanca lost to Portville.
Yeah, we were watching that one from afar. We knew they were trailing all game long. Not a major surprise, and I'll tell you why. Portville plays Salamanca tough every single time they play.
Okay.
So I'm not so surprised by that. Just because they're in close proximity to each other. It's a good rivalry for them. I'm not super surprised by that. a little surprised that they won. I didn't think Portville would beat them. I just thought it would be a closer game than a lot of others might have thought. But yeah, a little surprised that they won. It sets up an even bigger must-win almost for Salamanca, because only the top 4 teams in C-South make the playoffs. So 2 losses could really, really hurt you in the long run. So, now, Portville's already got their 2 losses, right?
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah. So they're going to be 3-2 in league play after this win.
So, and then CSP gets another win tonight. Now Chautauqua Lake's got a loss. They get Salamanca at the very end of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of those teams, assuming that now they got to play this Southwestern team next week with Salamanca overlooking Portville. They see that a couple of teams really beat up Portville bad this year. By 30 and 40 points, they lost games, earlier in the year. So maybe Salamanca overlooked them. It's, but you really can't afford to lose 3 games. Number one, you cannot lose 3 games in C-South or you will not make the playoffs. So Salamanca now has to find a way to win that game next week. And after seeing what Braden Fuller and Trent Lewis can do with their legs, Trent Lewis, what he can do with his arm, and then Roger Markham, when the ball's in that kid's hands, he's as dangerous as anybody. So the Southwestern Frewsburg team, guys, I'm going to tell you, they have Section 6 championship written all over them right now. Not only that, this could be a state championship team in the making. Mark my words, Southwestern Frewsburg has everything they need to go out and win a state championship.
Well, that's incredible words to hear there, Frank. I mean, I just saw the schedule here. There, Salamanca does play Southwestern Frewsburg next week, and then the end of season, they're also on the road against Chautauqua Lake. I do want to make a quick clarification. Portville is actually 3-2 overall. They're 2-2 in league play. But to go back to this game real quick, I don't know if there's any other top guys on the Southwestern team that really, was an eye-opener or really stood out to you besides Trent Lewis?
Well, Zach Markham for sure on the defensive side of the ball. He's everywhere. Wherever the ball is, you can expect to see 71 Zach Markham. But Roger Markham is brother on offense. He's super fast, lightning quick. Braden Fuller, super quick, lightning quick, excellent change of direction with the ball in his hands. He can score, from anywhere on the field. Southwestern is got everything they need, Jake, from top to bottom to win a state championship, and they got a lot of great coaches on the sideline. The one thing that came out tonight that I believe they buttoned this up at halftime, but Southwestern was flagged for 3 unsportsmanlikes. Play after the play, taunting, that kind of thing. They didn't need to do that. That's something that they need to put a lid on right away. And hopefully after this game, you won't see any more of that. But Lewis was called for unsportsmanlike, and I can't remember the other 2 guys, but Lewis for sure. Now, if you get caught for unsportsmanlike twice in a game, you're ejected. If you're ejected from a game, you automatically got to sit out the next week. So hopefully that coaching staff beat it into their heads that, guys, you're too good to fool around and get kicked out of games for stupid stuff like this. We can't have that. So those are the mental mistakes that Southwestern will have to clean up as the season goes forward. But from athleticism and just pure football skill, size, and willingness, the Southwestern team is Frewsburg. They're legit. They're absolutely legit.
Frank Wolf joining us here on the B&T Electrical Supply Hotline. Frank, I appreciate you taking your time to, obviously go down there for what was a highly anticipated game and what was a really dominant victory for Southwestern Frewsburg. But I appreciate you calling in.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Yep, all right, you too. All right, that was Frank there on the B&T Electrical Hotline. State championship-esque. How about that?
Wow, that's a big thing to say in week 5.
Yeah, and I don't know if my memory, is right about this. I don't know how much Southwestern Frewsburg had really coming to the season from hearing from teams like how far this team could go, but I didn't really hear much of they could possibly go to a section title. But so far throughout the first half and now heading into the second half of the season, I mean, this team looks for real. And this is why you get matchups like this that are so crucial. Two undefeated teams at the time, Chautauqua Lake, Southwestern Frewsburg. They go to head-to-head. That gives you a good indication what this division is and where the teams are going to be at when it comes to playoff time.
Yeah, and of course you saw the Portville-Salamanca game. Portville showing they still want to be in the conversation in terms of getting a high seed in this division for playoffs. Jake, we've had a wild night, and I think it's time we need to catch our breath real quick. Why don't we take a short break, then we're going to take a final look at that live scoreboard and wrap things up for the Empire State EndZone on Week 5. So, folks, you're watching the Empire State EndZone. Final look at the scoreboard coming up next.
At Richmond Vona, we are seriously dedicated to bettering the communities that we serve. If you put your trust in us and hire us, we promise to take care of everything. Call us as soon as possible so we can start the investigation to fight to get you the settlement you deserve.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Wing nuts. You still got to go.
Have you guys tried Room 40 yet?
Looking for the perfect spot to throw your next party? Say hello to Room 40, our private event space at both Wingnuts locations. Maybe you got a birthday, a graduation, anniversary, business event, rehearsal dinner, or even a sports banquet. From intimate get-togethers to rowdy celebrations, Room 40 is built to handle it all and fits up to 60 guests, with custom food and drink packages, flexible setups, legendary Wingnuts hospitality, and all the wings you can handle. If you're planning a celebration or get-together in Buffalo, this is where the party's at. Local vibes, zero stress, all fun. Book Room 40 today and throw a party Buffalo won't forget. Hit the link in our bio or visit wingnutsbuffalo.com/room40 to book now.
All right, well,
I'll go if you go to Wingnuts.
Deal.
All right, welcome back to the Empire State EndZone. We're going to wrap things up. It's been a wild Week 5, and why don't we pull up our live scoreboard tonight? We've got a lot of finals on there. Live scoreboard is presented by Western Division, home of the Great Rate. Jake, let's run through it. We'll start on the left side. Williamsville South gets the touchdown win over Starpoint 14-7. Williamsville East, they bounced back after a loss last week, 13-7 winners over North Tonawanda. First upset of the night, Williamsville North knocks off West Seneca West. West Seneca West had the chance to clinch the first seed. They will have to wait another week, 30-18 losers to Williamsville North. A game that just wrapped up. It was in a thriller. Orchard Park 28-22. Niagara Falls coming back from 3 touchdowns down, but Orchard Park scoring with 20 seconds to go to get that victory. Frontier defeats Hutch Tech 20-19. Wilson Allegheny Limestone, no score 4. Maritime Tapestry continues their winning ways, 46-12 winners over Alden. Still waiting for a score on Barker against York Central. West Seneca East, they moved to 5-0, 22-6 winners over Pioneer. Lakeshore gets the victory, close one, 7-6 over Lewiston Porter. And Southwestern Frewsburg, we just had Frank in the line. He was there in a battle of unbeatens. They defeat Chautauqua Lake Westfield Procton 45-0, and Depew defeats Albion 57-8.
Okay, so we did get an update from one game. This comes from Max O'Neill. He's a sports reporter at the Niagara Gazette. He was at the Barker Royhart game. Barker Royhart hung on and took down York Pavilion 30-23.
Okay, so Barker gets the win there. Jake, why don't you take over the right side?
Sure thing. East Aurora and Olean battled it out. Olean came away with a 7-point victory, 21-14, the final. I just saw on Gregory Larson's Twitter account that game between Lackawanna and Dunkirk went final with that same score, 32-15. Bennett edges out Jamestown 14-7. Grand Island takes care of business on their home turf, beating Amherst 35-0. Iroquois also took care of business, beating Maryville 42-7. Justice Kleitz is now the current Section 6 holder for career passing touchdowns. Congratulations to Justice Kleitz. CSP defeats Fredonia 44-20. Portville took down Salamanca 28-8. JFK beat Tonawanda 28-20. Randolph beat Franklinville-Ellicottville 18-6. And then Newfane took down Silver Creek Ellicottville 33-6. And actually, I believe, did that Eden North Collins game go final?
I haven't gotten where it did.
So it looks like there's still... So there's 3:42 left in that game. They're up on Medina 45-34.
Yeah. Man, that was an exciting night, Jake. We had 2 last-minute finishes in AA games that, I had a feeling, Jake. That's why I picked those games and I put them where I did, that those were going to be good games. They lived up to the hype. We saw a record get broken tonight. We had, I think, 2 upsets tonight as well. You pretty much hit everything you could ask for in terms of Empire State EndZone. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw the first 4 weeks were wild anyway. So how about the second half of this regular season?
We didn't have overtime tonight, though.
We did not. There was a couple of cases where it could have went, but even still, though, I mean, like you mentioned, 2 upset victories, a record being broken tonight. I mean, I'll take that any day of the week. This has been a very entertaining one. A lot of these classes, these divisions are going to be shaped up, very interesting. I know there's still more games that, are going to take place tomorrow, but, Section 6 is looking very interesting right now with where some of the teams are in their respective divisions. And you saw a lot of where that happened tonight here on week 5 of the Empire State EndZone.
Yeah, a lot of teams that we're not used to being in top seeds or top places are being there right now. Eden North Collins is doing pretty well as one of them. A lot of surprise teams this year. And even Niagara Falls in their loss, I thought they played pretty well. We'll see how that we'll go back to the drawing board on Sunday to see how that all will play out in the standings. But they even showed a good effort as well against Orchard Park.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think we mentioned earlier on the broadcast, they had a close battle with Lockport. Came away with that victory. So what is Lockport going to do tomorrow when they take on Lancaster?
I think if you're Lancaster, you can't sleepwalk through this one.
No, considering that Orchard Park just won, they're technically number 2 in Class AA right now. You have to win tomorrow. I don't know where that puts you at number 2 or number 3 in the Class AA standings, but that win against Lockport is now going to be more important than it might have been a week or 2 ago.
Yeah, so certainly a great week 5, and there's still games left, including 2 of them right on our air tomorrow on Western New York Athletics. Big Monsignor Martin battle. It's going to be St. Joe's and St. Francis. And then the battle for the top seed right now, currently in A2, it's McKinley Health Sciences. You don't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't. I'll actually be on that broadcast for that game along with Carson Harper. That should be a phenomenal matchup. 2 really good teams that have been able to score very well, and especially on McKinley's side of things, been able to have some very close games as well. So those 2 teams are going to go at it. I would say that game could determine what the 1 seed is in Class A2. I know it might be a little bit early for that, but the way those teams have been battling out in that division, now they're coming to it on week 5. It's going to be pretty interesting.
That's going to be pretty fun. All right, Jake, why don't you wrap us up?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I do want to apologize on behalf of Western Athletics for for the broadcast we had for Chautauqua Lake Southwestern. I know it was a bit choppy. We went to the Chautauqua Lake huddle camera, so I do apologize about that. We always want to get you guys some pretty good broadcasts. But with that being said, though, I appreciate you guys tuning in on X, Twitter, on Facebook, and YouTube as well, I should say. I mean, this has been another fun week of it. We're going to have plenty more of these for the rest of the season. We can't thank you guys for tuning into this one. Want to thank Tim Gardner, Evan Tringali as part of our producers, Francis Beck, even Tony Fiorello is also here with us, taking a look at the games. He's going to be writing up some recaps for us, and we thank Frank Wolf for calling in to give us a summary of that game between Chautauqua Lake and Southwestern. But alongside with me, Francis Beck, my name is Jacob Fyock. This has been Week 5 of the Empire State End Zone. Have a great night, everyone.